We start off in the first match of the night. Hope everyone is doing well. Here with my co-casters, OG Jeffrey and Milksteak Lol. How you doing tonight, boys?
Doing fantastic.
So good, North. So good. I gotta say, I knew there was potential for these tournaments and the shoutcasting, everything else, but I didn't quite understand. I don't think I quite comprehended the amount of hype that really was there.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you there as the first match comes out. Cordy bringing Nipa already very low with the sapper coming out. He's gonna let the skull continue to take. No, he can't.
We do see the skull of a Penny Doom come out from QWERTY there as well.
Now the
blind does come out.
The blind just kind of running around. There's not much they can do. They opted out of the ice block. They might have already actually used it, so they couldn't. And it is going to be round one for QWERTY. I'm going to pause my music.
We'll see a reset here as both players go ahead and refresh their cooldown.
That's why they're interrupting me. Okay, my bad. I was muted.
You
guys go right ahead.
Oh, that makes sense, Northy.
Just the sap and a cheap shot come out. Exposed armor has been applied to the main.
Opening up onto the mage. The title charm comes out. Rank 1 Frostbolt comes out to the rogue, but they're not going to be able to slow them because they are sprinting. The ice block comes out, so the mage is going to reset this one in Frost Snow, but the blind will reset it for the rogue instead.
No cold snap coming out there from the mage means the rogue can reset here as us three casters try and find a rhythm there. The ambush coming out for big damage. Cold snap comes out. The blink in response to the cheap shot, but it won't be enough. Looks like the blind might actually be resistant.
Well,
I'm not sure I
has
heard
been
the animation.
used.
And the win comes out from Cordy there. 2-0 Cordy
0.
early on. How do I actually determine if people win? Do I click them? Like, how do they start the tournament? Oh, okay.
Looking at the...
How do I...
Oh, yeah, how do you determine the winner?
How did Drexlar did this? Report scores. Cordy 2, Nipa 0. Submit scores. Alrighty. Bring us in the next. Appreciate
We do have one of my favorite matchups here. This is Elemental Shaman versus Mage.
Make sure, OG, if you can, to go ahead and kick people from the group if they end up being a rogue.
Oh.
We're into this one as early damage coming out here from T-Virus onto Justin.
It
Justin
seems
just trying
that
to cast into it.
Justin seemed a little bit confused about the rules of the tournament, asking questions mid.
Actually, there is I believe a pre-grounding coming out here from Demeter. I don't think we actually specified that. Yeah,
I think we did pre-grounding last tourney.
We do, but Demeter wasn't here, so and we did remove that.
Okay.
So we will say that we will rule that as a null match, as Justin just with his dick in his hand, not actually playing the game.
So this will be a reduel. North's just letting the contestants know the rules on this. T-Virus might be a little disappointed by this one. Let's see if he's able to take the win anyway. The duel is going to start. The Purge comes out onto the barrier. The counterspell comes out, so the mage the shaman is going to be silenced.
The polymorph has been skulled. We saw an early title charm from Justin as well that did get, in fact, resist.
Coming out with the healing wave here, trying to regen a bit. Justin trying to lay the damage down. Big fire blast coming out with the grenade to interrupt Justin early on.
What a grenade that was, but he does ice block that.
Justin getting low here. The grenade is not going to connect onto our shaman friend here. There's a full chain lightning coming out onto the mage. It's going to connect.
He does counterspell into the grounding totem.
Oh, goodness.
What a grounding totem from T-Virus. Demeter coming in with the perfect grounding totem, and that's exactly what you need in this matchup.
And that's the way to do it right there. Get a good opportunity where the silence comes out. You're able to ground it, whether it was the fire blast, the counterspell. Either one would have been effective, but you got to think the counterspell is the ideal spell to be eaten there. What are your thoughts on this matchup in general, Milksteak?
I misread his name. My thoughts on this matchup: it's a chess match for the Elemental Shaman. Every global cooldown counts. It's equally as frustrating for the Frost Mage. You have Purge and you have incredible burst damage.
And who do you feel it's favored for? You sometimes hear debate on this one.
It comes down to the players, Jeff. Honestly, like I said, it's how the Elemental Shaman manages his global cooldowns, and it's how the Mage manages the burst. So it's in my opinion, it could go either way.
Off though, the duel is starting off here though as the title comes out into the CS. Justin looking for the sheep. It does land here. Justin clearing out the totems and looking for some pressure onto T-Virus.
The full fireball comes down onto T-Virus. The Kona Cold afterwards. There is going to be a Frost Nova put down, but the grenade will miss from the Shaman, allowing the Mage to kind of control the flow of this match. The heal is being put down. There is no interrupt, but a rank 1 Frostbolt will slow down the Shaman as they're trying to get away from the Mage.
Lesser Healing Wave trying to be casted there, not quite enough. Grounding comes down. No, it doesn't as the CS closes out 1-1 here for Justin.
The NS bug is a real thing on this server.
Ooh, NS is bugged here. Do we nullify that? I'm not quite sure.
What's the NS bug? You'll have to inform me here.
If you
NS wasn't brought up from the last tournament. If he doesn't reset it though, that's that's kind of on him if he's not.
He has to use it, then reset the duel. Yes.
Unfortunate there. We're not going to nullify that duel. 1-1 here between Justin and T-Virus. Let's look for the opener here. The CS will come out. He's looking for the polymorph. Skull will come out, and T-Virus looking for some pressure onto the Mage.
Yes, indeed they are. Justin has about 50% health right now. They are going to Ice Block to avoid the Lightning Bolt, but they are going to Polymorph. The Polymorph is not going to land because they canceled it due to the Grounding Totem, and in that opportunity, the Shaman just kind of whittled them down. There wasn't, he either could finish the Polymorph and it was going to get eaten by the Grounding Totem. He decided to cancel it, try to kill the Totem, and they didn't have time to Polymorph or reset the fight in any certain way.
Well played there, despite the NS bug that came out for Demeter in the second round. Coming out strong here, Demeter, despite, a quick bug. But he does land a lot on the Mage there, making sure he has the grounding out for that polymorph and ending the duel very quickly thereafter without the CC from the Mage coming out. We do have Zazzy versus Tragedy. Zazzy versus Tragedy. We actually can summon people, so if you guys, Jeff, if you can help me out, and if people
for sure
are delayed, summoning them in as I announce who is there. If we can get a quick summon here on Zaz, he's actually walking out here. We'll be fine. We'll be Enhancement Shaman against Warrior for this duel. Make sure you're farther into Lake for duel.
Beacon, this is for the audience as well, and any audience. It could be for all y'all's chats. If you need to get summoned and you're a spectator and you'd like to watch peacefully from the sides and kind of just get a better view of it, feel free to let us know in game. You can. They can't whisper us, can they? So you'll have to let us know in the chats if you need a summon.
Smork versus Smork, not Smork versus Smork. We've got Cow versus Cow. So the bells are coming out for this Tauren versus Tauren matchup. Tauren Warrior versus Shaman. Warrior gets charged. Just reminding, Warrior gets charged. Just making sure that they know the rules here. Hamstring coming out from the Warrior early. He has sword on. Frostshock will come out as the NS Chain Lightning puts down the early pressure.
Yeah, and this is just, they're trading blow for blow. They're not even trying to kite. They're just man-moding it, trying to melee the other one down as fast as they possibly can. The Shaman is going to try to heal themselves. There's not going to be a fake cast. There's not going to be an interrupt either. His Tragedy gets very low.
Does get the lesser healing wave off there. That's pretty big.
And they did.
Not going to be enough, though.
And unfortunately for the Shaman, the Warrior will get them an execute range and finish them off.
Second duel here coming out, looking for Tragedy to clutch back the win. He doesn't have a lot of pressure as an Enhancement Shaman. Captain walking in.
The grenades have been thrown. The crowd disappointed with this enhanced meme.
Back, you fools. Get back. Welfare trying to step in. I'm going to have to summon him out. You guys can continue casting here as the Warrior gets the charge off.
Hamstring has been applied.
Hamstring is on them. The Demoralizing Rose, well, this Horror Stomp is going to come out onto the Shaman. The Warrior's getting dangerously low. The Wind Fury is going to proc. The Tidal Charm comes out into the Warrior. And the Death Wish is still rolling right now. I don't know if the Warrior has enough resources to come out on top here.
Looks like the NS Chain Lightning or NS Heal will be enough to bring Tragedy up. He's an enhancement build. It looks like that's mixed into Resto. So a bold strategy coming out from Tragedy. Didn't make it out of round one in the previous tournament. just an hour or two, or you know, like 25 minutes ago. Let's see if he can do it this time. 1-1 Zazzy. Or 1-1 in Zazzy versus Tragedy. No shield, no fire, no totem. These are impromptu tournaments. We do not have a barrier for entry. If you guys want to shit talk the people in here, show up yourselves to try and take that $100 prize pool that we have eked out of thin air, and try not to shit talk people brave enough here to come out against random strangers.
Charge comes in, and the title charm has already come out from the enhancement. Looking at 50%, Frost Shock's been reapplied right now, and Tragedy's actually looking pretty good. While he sits a full disarm, not choosing to use that weapon chain there, but the Frost Shock, too strong. Death Wish has been popped.
The Warrior getting dangerously low right now. The Nature Swiftness, or the heal came out from the Shaman, putting them in a more comfortable total. The Warrior's getting dwindled away, and they will be executed effectively by the Shaman.
The enhanced meme takes it 2-1 into Arms Warrior.
What are your guys' thoughts on it?
The crowd throws the bombs on this enhancement Shaman, displeased with a Tauren Shaman taking a win against a Warrior. No shield, no fire, Nova Totem, and he still does manage to come out with the win. Next round, we do have Great Wizard versus NA Rogue.
What are your thoughts on that last matchup, fellas? Do you think it was correct to go enhanced? Do you think maybe the Warrior should have done something differently?
I think that if he wanted to play enhancement into Arms Warrior, that the weapon chain is a must. He doesn't end up getting punished for it there, but in my mind, there's no world where you don't play weapon chain into Arms Warrior.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah, not quite sure what that play was coming out. Doesn't end up mattering with Zazzy not choosing to go Orc Warrior against the Shaman, and he does not resist any title charms there. It's only a 1% chance for non-orcs.
We consistently saw early title charms coming in from the enhancement Shaman. He managed his health pool. He's playing Nature Swiftness enhancement, which means he sacrifices Storm Strike, so he has significantly less burst damage. He doesn't have that auto attack that enhancement is very well known for. So he's also managing to win with significantly less Wind Fury procs, which again, very risky play.
He also was the Warrior was Fury. I believe we saw a Death Wish. Someone in chat pointing out that it was in fact a Fury Warrior.
He did pop Death Wish. This is true. Yep.
Maybe not the best case here. Great Wizard looking for a win here over NA Rogue, seeing if he can show some NA pride here. Not opening up just yet. Walking around waiting for the Fire Ward almost to be out. Smart play here
comes out
from NA Rogue, waiting for that shield.
This is going to be a fresh opener right now. They have full energy. The cheap shot comes out onto the Mage. The Mage is going to get gouged afterwards. He was anticipating the blink. He starts pumping out that energy onto them. He still has full, actually, but the Mage is feeling pretty good. They get title charm, but they just polymorph and walk away to restart the fight.
Looking for that reset. NA Rogue doesn't look like he has a trinket on. Great Wizard drinking, playing this as safe as possible. Repolymorph will come out, which will mean a big opener potentially of a full rank Fireball onto this Mage. Full rank Fireball might not be enough. The Rogue actually might get the stealth off afterwards. No, he doesn't. It's still enough going for the rank 1 Frostbolt afterwards and to kite the Rogue here.
Title charm comes out. We do see boots have been applied. No much rocket boots. Man's running fast.
Looks like a resist there on the grenade. Not sure if it was resist or a miss. I think I saw the animation on top of him. Kiting well here. Fireball's coming out. He does immediately. He does get the pre-blind skull off. Beautiful timing there. The block will come out. He doesn't need to cancel the sheep here. He does get the last tick of the sheep on the second blind, which will mean even if this is a full kidney, he's got everything up against NA Rogue. Doesn't matter if he's got that Frost Reflector. He'll go down convincingly.
It's going to be a Great Wizard with the win there.
Perfectly played by Great Wizard there. I mean, from start to finish.
And this is one of my favorite matchups, if I'm being honest with you. It just feels like any one of these players can take the cake. I haven't seen NA Rogue play, but this will be my opportunity right now. The freeze will proc, but they get out of it quite quickly. They have the sprint up, and they keep trying to close that gap between themselves and the Mage. They're going to hit evasion, but they get grenaded, and the Mage restarts the fight.
Blind, or no, actually a rocket boot malfunction. He chose to use the gnomish, it looks like. We do have it's a lesser chance of a malfunction, but it does come out here. He does have the daze coming out. Skull here preempting the blind. He does take it off as he gets far away. Blizzard will not get anything out. Cone of Cold will land, but the title will mean he has to blink to get distance.
And just a perfect Skull of Impending Doom there from Great Wizard. Consistently just hitting those skulls.
Nicely done. He kites out here. Scorch probably will be enough. The blind comes out. He's got the block for it, though. The Cone of Cold will seal the deal. 2-0 Great Wizard.
Yeah, well done. Smooth, very, very smooth.
Great Wizard finessing. That's what he does.
This is a Great Wizard from the famous Nax PvP video for the person curious. He actually goes on to the next round. It is going to be Mage versus Mage, Tilt versus Great Wizard. And for now, we'll have Crippie against Rikta.
I'm making sure to kick the rogues as well once I know they're all here, just so they don't get removed or they're not seen. So if any rogues are wondering why that's happening, I'm just removing you for that reason.
It's going to be Rikta versus Crippie here. I'm going to summon them to where they need to be dueling. I should make a macro for that, but we won't have it for now. Ret Prio potentially here in a Ret against Shadow Priest matchup. What are you guys looking for here?
Well, I'm looking for an effective S-Fan roleplay here from Rikta. What we need to see is the Paladin police force and with the full search and seizure here as Crippie comes in on the Shadow Priest. Not the easiest matchup for him, but it could honestly go either.
Hodge comes out as he kites to Dispel. Doesn't quite get everything off of Rikta as he looks to keep chugging Noggin Foggers to keep that Dispel buffer. Fear will come out. It will be removed by Rikta as he looks to come in here. Mind Blast being used. Let's see if he can get some damage down. No, Rikta with a lot of burst coming out onto Crippie as he tries to kite away. Thorn Grenade will come out. It will not land, and Rikta keeps putting on the pressure.
Yeah, Crippie's in a tough spot. The power shield is going to fade. They still have the Weakened Soul on themselves. There's going to be a Tidal Charm, so they're going to try to run away and gives himself a little bit more HP. But Rikta is just piling on the melees right now. The power shield is going to fade again. The Psychic Stream comes out. Will Rikta be able to get out of it?
Divine Shield has been used. Repentance comes out.
And as we interrupt one another, Rikta looking for a bit of a regen here with the bandage in the Divine Shield, trying to break the distance here. He will have Hodge up, it looks like. Not choosing to use it quite yet. Wants to get that auto in before he goes for the Hodge. Yes, it does follow up. And looking for some serious burst heal. The grenade will come out. Not a sapper. Looking for one more melee as the Fear will come out onto Rikta. Mind Blast coming out. The Priest doesn't choose to regen here. He's low on mana. Rikta not even pressured to use Lay on Hands quite yet.
Crippie is in execute range. The Hammerwrath, it looks as though it did not connect. If it did, got absorbed afterwards. Rikta is really in dangerously close range with the Priest, and they'll be able to finish him off, and it'll be round 1 to Rikta.
A pretty long match there, one of our longest ones so far. We do have Rikta coming out with the win without the Lay on Hands. It looks like he is going to pull the Ret Prio forward. He is rocking Repentance here. It might be enough in this matchup.
Yeah, I always like that the players can kind of change their spec in between their duels to kind of showcase their talent when it comes to fighting multiple classes. You'll see different things like when the Riktas versus the Hunter, whether they're going Reckoning Paladin or Repentance for some of the casters just to get an interrupt in when they need it.
I'm going to see round 2 here with the Tidal Charm coming out as I'm terrible with this camera. The Priest, it looks like it will be resistant. I'm not sure how he got out of that quite yet, but he's kiting here trying to dispel onto Rikta. He's not getting much off, though. He just has to have the dots come off. Blackout proc will mean a Mind Blast. No, it won't. The Hodge comes out on top of Crippie. He will have some serious damage dealt to him. The Fear might come out here soon. No, it won't. He's just looking for the Mind Blast.
I think he was looking to avoid the Fear. He was trying to get in that sweet spot, which is a really good try on his part. The Power Shield is going to get cycled. Rikta, about equal resources with the Priest right now. It's either person's game right now. The Mind Blast is going to connect, and the Mind Flay afterwards is going to chunk them down as they run at the Priest with Bubble on top.
No Repentance coming out there as Rikta looks to reach in with the Holy Light. We get a bit of a reset here. Rikta low on mana.
Bubble down.
That inner focus really coming in big for the Shadow Priest right there.
Keeping him high health. He's going to get the dots back on. They're going to be cleansed off by Rikta. It's a Dispel versus Dispel matchup as we get the Thorium Grenade out for some distance on the Mind Blast. Blackout proc will be reflected by Rikta with the Shadow Reflector at the tail end. Crippie not respecting the duration of that Reflector as he looks to pressure him continuously.
Is Rikta going to be able to do this one? He's looking pretty good in terms of HP, but one Fear, and it could change everything. Or could it? The Hodge comes out, he's in execute range, and Rikta will finish them off with a grenade.
And that all came down to the Reflector. What a Reflect right from Rikta.
He only got one Blackout that entire fight, and it was on a Reflect. unfortunate to see there on the RNG, but he doesn't spam out the Shadow Ward Pain rank 1. It's pretty hard for him to win that there without those Black Hawk procs. Rikta will take the duel convincingly, 2-0. Next, we do have T-Man versus Manfred. T-Man versus Manfred. Let's get them out here. T-Man coming out. Didn't do too well in the previous tournament. Let's see him against Manfred, who is a...
Actually, an offline mage who's been offline since the start of this. I'm starting to wonder if they maybe had to go and didn't mention it. Do we have a replacement by chance? Oh, no. Or is that Ophelia? Is that a different... No? Oh, no, they changed their name. That's all, Northy.
Okay, Ophelia is Manfred. We will have the duel come out here. That name has come out. The immediate cheap shot will be immediately blinked as the title poly comes out onto T-Man from...
The reset has been put down. It's in the mage's court now. The re-stealth, though, they did get the re-stealth, which is a surprise. The re-sheep did not come out, and the blizzard will not connect. So T-Man has the opportunity to reset the fight, potentially, if the mage does not find them first.
T-Man looking to get down and dirty here. Goes for the vanish there. Does get the early pressure with the free removal of a title. Essentially a full reset there. Ophelia going for the blizzard here. Wasting a lot of his mana. Rank 1 still cost. The Nova will come out onto the rogue. And the Cone of Cold will mean he's going to kite here. Rocket boots are down. Thorn grenade will miss. No, it'll connect onto Ophelia as T-Man looks to close the gap.
T-Man here, down to about 50% HP. The blind's going to come out onto the mage's icebox. It's going to come down afterwards. There's going to be a second vanish after the preparation came out, so the rogue is ready to put down the pain once again. But Ophelia is at a very healthy health pool total, and only really need to worry about their mana at this point.
T-Man backpedaling in the middle of that duel, but he'll come out with the blind here, trying to bring it back, trying to restore a little honor to his family.
The stealth comes out. They open back up onto the mage here. The mage is going to blink away instantly and finish them off afterwards with a fire blast, so it will be round 1 to Ophelia.
Despite the rough opener from Ophelia where he did not get off that sheep opener, and T-Man gets off a free reself, Ophelia will take it 1-0 for now.
And I do think I did see Ophelia hit him out of stealth twice with Arcane Explosion that duel.
Yeah, he did get the Nova off, which was very lucky.
In addition to a Nova, yep.
Yeah, if that had not been off, he would have lost that route against the rogue, which would have been pretty big, but he does get lucky, or he has the game sense to know. Anyway, we're in round 2 here. Cheap shot comes out. No blink so far.
He's just going to eat this damage. The Frost Nova is going to come out, but it doesn't change anything. The Rogue is just going to sprint and then keep sprinting at you. Furball Pouch is going to get them some resources, but they're going to ice block it as they get healed up.
Should try and keep the Rogue out of stealth here. He does keep it out with the Fire Blast. Storm Grenade will come out. It'll completely miss. Left field coming out here from T-Man as the Blizzard is completely off marks as well. Arcane Explosion doesn't get him out. No, it does actually. Yeah, that looks like a Frostbite proc on the auto from T-Man. Not sure if he actually got the open off. We'll have to look at the replay or look at the combat log to find out.
Mage is going to blink away, but the Rogue instantly vanishes and opens back up on them. The second Ice Black is going to come out, but the Cone of Cold is enough to finish off T-Man, and it will be a victory for Ophelia.
2-0 coming out from Ophelia. Good performance there. A little sketchy on the start, but with that failed cheap opener, which really would have given him a ton of priority in the duel, but it doesn't end up mattering. We do next have Yuck Steak. Yuck versus Milk. So unfortunately, Milk Steak.
And it is with a heavy heart that I have to mute the commentator's booth as I duel a Cuban man who has chosen to steal my name.
Good luck, Milksteak. We're rooting for you. I don't know if I'm
get him uninvised here, and we're gonna have him out in the field.
I don't think I'm allowed to root for person as a commentator. Maybe I need to work on that.
Well, we're just commentating. We don't actually affect the outcome of the match. I guess it is nice not to have favorites here, but you know, Milksteak is our friend. Yucksteak is some new interloper in the contest. So let's see if Milksteak can bring it out, or if Yucksteak will make a name for himself here as a gnome rogue in the tournament against the shaman. Going for a sword spec here against his opponent. Going for the hemo spec. Let's see how it works out for him.
Yeah, this should be a pretty good matchup. This is going to be and smart, rightfully so. I think Milksteak went Orc here, just to try to avoid all the plethora of stuns that are going to be in this dueling tournament. Whether it's just the rogues or the grenades, you're always going to get a lot of value out of it. This will be round 1. The flag comes down.
Let's see how he manages to clear out these totems. We saw Rogues, we saw Food Planet made some mistakes last in the previous bracket. Let's see if this Yuck, this newcomer, will make a name for himself playing clean. He's going to look for the totem cleanse. He gets the Searing Totem. He's going to have to go for 3 here. It might be an overcommit. No, it's fast there. He actually does get out enough attacks. No, he'll go for the Vanish. The cheap shot is resisted as Milkshake looks to kite.
The grenade is not going to connect from Milkshake. He's going to try to keep pumping out the damage. The Earthbind Totem is just slowing them down, but the blind comes out, and the Rogue is going to reset this fight and start putting down the damage from a start. But he does not get the heal off. He does not wait long enough, but he stealths and gets a sap.
Looking there for the heal during the sap. We will see it here. Let's see if Milkshake will use... if Milkshake will be able to pressure. No resist there on the cheap shot means that Milkshake has to take this damage. Sapper coming out. NS heal looks like it's going to be the next call from Milkshake. Has the Poison Cleansing Totem. Will walk away from it. It looks like he might get blinded here if he stays too long. No, he's going to kite into its range. Earthbind goes down. Title comes out. Chain Lightning into the shock. Might mean the end. No, it doesn't quite land. No shock here.
Oh.
But the Lightning Shield plus the Fire Nova will mean Milkshake takes the first match.
Well kited, well played. That was well done on both parties' parts. I didn't necessarily see mistakes that I needed to point out. Perhaps the Rogue healing themselves that little bit. I think they took a tick of damage, ending the bandage a little too soon. But other than that, good duel.
The battle for the name commences between Milkshake and Yuck. Let's see who can take it here. Milkshake up with an early 1-0 lead. Yuck not managing to pressure enough, not doing a lot of damage as this Hemo Spec, it looks like, onto Milkshake, despite only 1 resist there of a stun, it looked like, in the 1v1.
Yeah, indeed, you're right, North. And the dueling flag comes down, and it starts all over again. This is for all the marbles potentially. The sap comes out. He goes for the totems. He goes for the Earthbind last, and he's leaving the Grace of Air totem out. Once again, he's just going to try to... He vanishes. He's just like, I need to vanish this. He vanishes and
might have been
resaps.
Fine there. He might have been fine. A little preemptive. Not sure if he's quite... not sure if he's not cracking under the pressure here. Looking for the stun, doesn't resist. Damage coming down, but it's not a lot. It's a Hemo Rogue. These aren't backstabs we're seeing. And the kidney is going to be cleansed. Sapper comes out. Thorn Grenade does connect this time. The NS heals out. Chain Lightning is going to come. He should vanish it. He doesn't. The Earth Shock is nearly deleting him. Cheap Shot will come out, but it'll be DR'd here. Blind will come. There's no poison cleansing. No, there is a poison cleansing. It's going to be cleansed.
It's
Looks
cleansed.
like he forfeits, or no, the fire damage from the Flame Shock actually takes the duel in the end. Didn't see that Flame Shock coming out there, but it will mean the end for Mr. Yuck. 2-0 onto him there as Captain goes against Funky Pot in this next duel.
Yeah, it was a good attempt on an imposter's part. They tried to claim the name that is Milkshake, but at the end of the day, there only can be one, and Milkshake did reign supreme this day. So Yuck is going to get kicked out and will be going on to the next round.
Milkshake, move your goddamn totems.
My bad. I'm moving them. Fault.
Target Captain might be dodging the duel. Don't see him here. No, he's in EPL. He needs to summon him back. Trying to dodge the duel in Eastern Playlands won't work out for him as I summon him back to this arena, to this dueling bonanza, to this one-on-one mono. Let's see who can take it.
Funky Pot versus Captain. Round 1. Fight! I never considered Infernal.
I guess Infernal isn't against the rules. He will have the initial summon Infernal.
I love it.
Getting creative out here.
I fucking love
if that's
it.
gonna work out. He's saying it doesn't even work. He does have the Enslave on it though, so it could be cleansed anytime in the course of the duel. I'm not really sure what he's doing with it.
He's a memer at heart. I love it.
He's just memeing, man. He's going to open up here on Captain with his memes. Will it be enough? Aim shot going to be a little preempted there. The fucking Death Coil comes out. Captain already brought to 40% HP. The pouch will come out and the Shadow Reflector will commence, but it's looking like he's trying for some fire damage. It will get outranged though, that Immolate, as Captain looks to make some distance and regen up. Living Action Potion against the Warlock though, I am not sure if that's allowed.
Oh, goodness. Either way, that is going to be a win for the Warlock. He was trying the BM route. He tried his best for the BM route. but it wasn't enough damage. Even with that Warlock kind of just toying around there, or the Infernal toying around there, it just wasn't enough. It's a tough matchup for the Hunter, and he was not able to pull it off.
Funky Pot allowing Captain here to use the potion. I'll allow it here because Funky Pot's saying it's enough. I don't need a pet. I can do this with just an Infernal. Captain here, will he choke or will he be able to take this off of Funky Pot, trying to style on him?
And Captain's a good hunter. I believe he can make it happen, but it's going to be difficult because those dot classes are just so tricky for the hunters. Once those dots rotate once or twice, that's all it takes. It just feels like if they don't win in that duration, they don't have the health pool total to deal with more than a cycle or two of those dots.
Let's see if Captain will make the difference here coming in. Has the Viper Sting ticking, Siphon Life. The grenade will not hit or is resisted. I think it didn't hit on him. He's got Bestial Wrath against him. He's going for not a marksman spec. Has the immediate Viper Sting actually cancel his grenade. The Death Coil will come out. Lots of damage on the Captain. Not as bad as last time, though. Fergal Message Pouch is ticking as he looks to make the distance and make sure that he doesn't lose 2-0 at the first round in this tournament.
Captain getting pretty low. Siphon Life and Curse of Agony are taking away at him along with the Corruption, but Funky Pot's getting fairly low as well. It's going to be an auto, and it'll be just enough for Captain to claim the victory. It'll be 1-1.
The
Captain ties it up.
The pushback there from Captain at the end, making sure that he doesn't lose. We saw Funky Pot go solo, that he had a life tap in the middle, following it up nicely with a with a title charm to make sure that it doesn't pressure him early on. But Funky Pot here, losing that duel to even it up 1-1. Looking for an actual pet here. Going to de-summon the Infernal, and might be the end for Captain as Funky Pot looks to stop memeing here and start trying.
This is going to be, this is for all the kit and caboodles right here. Both players want to go on to the next round, so they're going to go with the Succubus North. What are your thoughts on that, y'all? Do you think that's the right call? What hunter or what pet do you normally like to go in this matchup?
I'm not too familiar with the Lock versus BM Hunter matchup.
My mind goes to Voidwalker.
Yeah, my mind also goes to Voidwalker, but we have disallowed the Feldom here. I believe. I'm not sure if he's going to rock out the Feldom, and I'm eating my fucking word. Hopefully not, though. Shadow Reflector comes out from the Gecko. Not reflecting anything, though. The trinket will... The grenade will miss. It is missed. It is not resisted. The fear is not going to go off as the Freezing Trap comes out, and Captain looking for some burst.
Seduction.
Oh, he's going for the pet. He's going for the pet.
The seduction comes out as he goes, it looks like, for a Shadow Bolt into Captain. The burst coming down into the Death Coil as he doesn't respect the pet here. Damage coming down to cleanse. The Instant will come out onto Funky Pot. Can Captain kill the pet, or will Funky Pot manage to go? The title charm is resisted here, but Captain's brought in really low. The Nightfall procs, and Captain will be taken out of the tournament.
I respect the strategy. I respected the attempt, and you have to commit. You've already spent too much time to not. So he committed to killing the pet, but it just didn't pay off for him. The charm or the seduce with the full Shadow Bolt into DC might have been enough to just, favor the Warlock after that combination either way.
Still best of threes here as we move into the next round with Bad versus Cordy. Appreciate that follow, Ron, DZ, all the kit and caboodles. Rip Captain indeed. We've got the Sapper coming out early on there as Bad gets blinded by Cordy, looking here for a re-stealth and a reopen.
That Cordy is going to re-stealth here, put the sap down, open up onto Bad. Cordy's going to use a Skull of Impending Doom here to get out of the CC if there is any. They go ahead and cancel it. Bad pops their own Skull of Impending Doom. Neither player gets value out of it. Only a little bit of HP is lost by either one of them. They cancel it quite quickly. It does seem as though Bad is going to re-stealth up and sprint to their opponent.
Down.
Cordy looking to make some distance here. Cordy getting the cheap shot off, and it's enough with the Sapper. Cordy here going Undead Rogue in this tournament here. It's not going to help him in Orc versus. He does get the opener here. Who got the last opener? I'm not really sure how that they've just been going and not really caring for the rules here. Bit scuffed. We have to make sure that Cordy will get the next opener here on Bad, but the Skull comes out with the lap, and the Vanish will mean that Cordy gets the... No, he doesn't. He gets the blind through the lap, actually, or excuse me, through the... He gets the blind through the Vanish, and Cordy will look to kite away. Bad actually defeating Cordy in that duel because I believe of a flea. It'll be 2-0 to Bad very, very early on. I'm not quite sure what went down there, but an early win from Bad, showing strong after a win in the last bracket. resisting the cheap shot. Ah, okay.
Does Stormling just creates Storm X just creates YouTube content? Does Storm actually stream? Someone was asking.
He does.
I believe that he does. It's Stormling X. He's in the chat here. So if you guys go to twitch.tv/StormlingX, he will. You should definitely drop him a follow if you're looking for that. But here it's going to be Demeter against Drexlar. Wait. Pre-grounding. Did he pre-ground? No, it looks like he didn't pre-ground. It is still on cooldown, so he did not pre-ground. Notably, the Drexlar will look. He's actually polymorphed into a random mob here. One of the GMs having some fun. Chain Lightning will come out. Polymorph will come out again after the title charm, and he will look to kill the totems.
And this is Drexlar, isn't it? Or is it someone else?
It's Rias and Drexlar. Excuse me. I said Demeter. My bad here. Drexlar
made the same mistake.
Not really sure what's happening there. Drexlar trying to reopen here. Going to use the polymorph. And coming out with the MQG into the Frost, but looking to be in the dead zone of the Shaman. The grounding will not come out yet. It's just going to be the healing stream. No, it's going to be a fire resistance totem as a healing wave comes out with the grounding down. Drexlar, full Frostbolt into a grounding. Big mistake there. Chain Lightning comes out. Blocked too late as Frostbolt will try and come down. CS onto him. He's going to look for the burst, but it won't be enough. He's in shock range. Chain Lightning will come out, and Drexlar will go down with a late block yet again.
Yeah, it was close to stopping that damage, but it just was not enough. And unfortunately, our fellow organizer Drexlar is going to eat a demonic rune, which is going to be quite painful, or a dark rune.
Drexlar cracking under pressure there, making sure not actually, using the mistake dark rune here, and it will cost him the first match. It looked pretty tempo for Rias, though. Let's see if he can get the second one out here. Looking for a reset. Drexlar did have the late block.
Now, there's no race changing, right? We're Northy. We're saying we're just whatever you come in at.
Same race.
Yep. Here's a thought for future tourneys. Do we think Rogue versus Rogue it should be no Orc? Or how do you like the dice roll there? Maybe we talk about it after this duel.
Yeah, that actually is a good call, potentially. We'll talk about that later, though. I think that's a good, potentially a good call here. Rank 1 Frostbolt coming out. Grounding will come down, but he's in shock range as he tries to clear that totem. Drexlar getting style on here. The sheep is interrupted yet again by the title here. It probably will come out. No, actually, it won't come out because he has the skull active. He'll cancel it here. He has the Earth Shock down. He'll wait for the Chain Lightning here. As the grounding comes out here, late Ice Block here. Drexlar getting styled on by Rias. A hard matchup, but Rias is hitting all of his marks and beautifully takes down Drexlar 2-0.
Just put on a clinic on how to play Shaman vs. Mage right there.
Absolutely beautiful coming out from Rias. Drexlar, a strong contender, and sometimes can favor the Shaman, but he's just landing all of his abilities there, making sure to prevent all of the CC that's coming down. The sheep never went down because he used every tool to prevent it. Move totems, please. We will have tragedy here. The Torrent Shaman against Dr. Perplex MD. I'm expecting a win out from Perp.
I think anybody watching is going to favor Perplexity no matter what the matchup, but we do have the meme god himself, Tragedy, representing the Torrent Shaman with none other than the Draconic Avenger.
Thank you for the follow very much. Thank you, Regan.
Going with a
and
worse
Bruiser.
weapon than what's available. Not using the Warlord's Axe, going for the meme weapon on the Shaman. The sap will come down again. He's going to cheap shot, and Perp is going to open with the free combo points from the cheap shot.
And that is Perplexity showing the respect. That is the Wind Fury right now. He's playing it exactly as he should, just as safe as possible. Doesn't want to take any extra risks.
We saw this the other day, and there was some of it was hit and miss with the audience if they liked it or not. But I got to tell you, North, I know you liked it. I did too. In terms of the patience,
we have Tragedy BMing the Doctor right now.
And he will open up here. It's enough combo points. The CC chain will be enough as the burst comes out onto Tragedy, who's dancing. I hate to see though that cheap shot renew because he's a shaman. He can go into
That
Ghost
was
Wolf.
crazy.
Perp shouldn't be able to actually CC him.
Perhaps instead of slash dance, he should have escaped, log out.
Perp going for the full damage here. Relentless Strength on him as he just goes for the big ZG pop here, bursting down Tragedy for a quick 2-0.
Perplexity showing the respect, gives him a bow, says GG, sir.
Perp showing a lot of respect there on the first duel, but after the second one realizes, hey, this is an enhancement shaman. I don't need to. I'm king of duels right here. I've got the the Rogue styling ready for this man, and he
to Tragedy's credit, I love to see the enhanced meme being represented here at the OG Jeffrey Northern Mage MSL Invitational here. Seeing Enhancement Shaman come out with none other than the Tourney and the Draconic Avenger.
Tilt here, his first show of the tournament. Mage versus Mage with Great Wizard and Tilt. Let's see if it will be, who will be the king of this matchup. We saw a great Mage versus Mage last tournament last Sunday with Voika against Mad Scientist, two god-tier mages. These two great mages in their own right. Probably not quite on the level of our previous two, but still fantastic. Let's see who manages to win. Let's see if we see the same reset meta that we saw previously. We do have the opener here with the sheep. It is not interrupted. It's actually canceled. We have the Thorn Grenade coming out. It does connect on a Great Wizard. He will blink into him as the CS comes out. He might look here for a sheep. No, he's just going to look for a Nova Shatter Break as Tilt shatters Nova's, or excuse me, Arcane Explosions himself. Arcane Missiles will come out, and it is interrupted by the Nova, or excuse me, by the Grenade. He's looking for the reset. Ignite comes down here. Tilt not rocking Imp CS. Going the Ignite spec with Barrier against Great Wizard, saying, hey, I don't need the MCS to kill you. I can just do it with the pressure. Regen will come out here from Tilt with the Frugal Medicine Pouch, and he's not rocking a Skull. Going here for the damage, for a Fire Blast here. Cold Snap will mean 1-0 for Tilt.
Yeah. It could go either way still. There's still that possibility Great Wizard sweeps it. It's not the first time that we've seen it, but a good performance by Tilt there. They're going to reset the combat, throw down the flag before jumping back into this next one.
Without the improved CS, how much of a difference does that make in this matchup?
You get free resets, especially since Tilt was not rocking the any removal other than Ice Block on the Polymorph. So he does get a free Polymorph CC here. He's going to go for the immediate Polymorph. He gets CS. He's not playing it safe. He's just going to wait in this. He has to wait in this. He's on his Arcane spell for 10 seconds. On Arcane Lock for 10 seconds. He cannot go anywhere else. He does get the Polymorph out here again because the CS is down. Block will come out. It's the only solution there. Another block, another sheep will come out here on Tilt. He has nothing to remove it, but it's a short DR. Will he be able to close the gap afterward? Great Wizard not respecting it with another Polymorph. He'll get the third and final one off, but after Nova comes out, Escape Artist will mean that he'll break the distance, but Sheep already runs out.
And there's no more room for Sheep. Even if he ended up getting the cast off, it ain't happening. The grenade comes down, the blink afterwards. There is going to be Fire Blast pumped into Great Wizards as he puts that single target damage down. Arcane Explosion will not match. The counterspell, or sorry, the silence comes out, but he ice blocks it immediately, puts a Fire Blast down, and tries to wand rotate to finish off Great Wizard. Great Wizard's in blinking HP. I just don't see them getting out of this one unless they can maybe polymorph at this point and reset, but I don't see it happen. Tilt will go on to the next duel. Good try, Great Wizard.
It doesn't happen. Convincing 2-0 from Tilt onto Great Wizard, showing that he doesn't need the MCS. They're just going for the pressure, and I don't think Great Wizard was quite prepared for the aggro build there from Tilt. Doing well to move on to the round 3 against Perplexity next. But we will have Storm X, a shaman extraordinaire here, content creator. If you guys don't know Storm X already, please go follow him at StormX. Go check out his YouTube as well. We will have Storm X versus the Ret Paladin.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how this one goes. What's Storm playing today? Is it going to be his shaman as per usual? It is, and we get to see a fight of the hybrids, which I am happy to showcase here. Now, Milksteak, being as a shaman player, who do you think the favored matchup here is between the two?
Well, honestly, Elemental Shaman is favored against Retribution, generally speaking.
All right, let's see if Rikta can kind of change your mind otherwise.
What we're going to be looking for here is we're going to be looking at the mana pools of both players. It comes down to, it really does come down to a mana fight at some point during the duel. We will see a bunch of, the duel has started.
He does get the early Barov off Rikta, but it doesn't mean much. The trinket or the grenade will come down, but it's either resisted or misses. I think it misses there, actually. A rare mistake from Storm X here. He's looking for the Chain Lightning Kite here. A lot of pressure early, and Chain Lightning will come out under Rikta. He's going to have to bubble soon, but he's not doing it quite yet. It looks like he's going to try and get the heal out here, but the totems are interrupting him. We've got a lot of pushback. It doesn't matter much. The Repentance does last for a long time. Lesser Healing Wave coming out here. He doesn't have a lot of interrupts in the Paladin. That can be the problem with Ret Paladin.
And the War Master, or the Arena Trinket, is going to be popped, so that Stormling Axe has that little bit of a bubble as well. Rikta is going to be forced to bubble here, and they're going to heal up, but what I'm worried about is just where his mana pool is.
Look at this mana pool difference. This is exactly how StormX wants to play it. Look at him right now, getting a nice reset. Got 2 or 3 ticks off of his... And Rikta is just straight up fucked right here, boys. I don't know how else to say it.
Lightning bolt. He's taking the lightning bolt, double lightning bolt there from StormX. He's not going to have the distance to close. StormX here knows that he doesn't want to use the freedom because it costs a lot of mana. Lightning bolt will come out, Tidal onto Storm to try and prevent some of the damage, but it's not going to be enough. Healing Wave comes out, and he's not that pressured.
There needs to be something with an interrupt on a heal. Perhaps Rikta is getting in blinking HP right now, and it is going to be a victory for Storm X. Round 1 going to our Shaman friend.
No,
and this
hands coming out. He doesn't get the time. The burst from the Elemental Shaman is enough.
And this is the way you play this matchup. You have to utilize your burst. You also have to keep an eye on your mana pool. If you're winning on the mana fight, you're in good shape. You realize that you have Grounding Totem in case you do get low, and the Hammer of Wrath is coming in. You do have that extra emergency with Grounding Totem. So StormX played it perfectly, managing his health pool, putting in burst, and then playing just a better game.
And what do you think? Why do you think he chose Dwarf here? Now he has to consider the rogues too, and that's probably
He's not
why.
a dwarf. This is vanilla. This is not BFA.
Oh wait. Oh, he's memeing. I'm such an idiot. What am I even thinking?
Rikta is dwarf, though. I thought that's what you meant. No. StormX is playing Orc, which is
I'm such an idiot. I don't even know why I asked that question. Somebody question marked Dwarf Shaman, and I was like, wait, why is he? I'm
no,
such
you're
an
good.
idiot.
You're good. But Rikta is a dwarf, perhaps anticipating the rogue matchup later on, but he has to get through StormX here first as this game gets on. We do see StormX here with a clear casting proc. That's going to be big here. He does go ahead and go for the trinket. The grenade comes out, and he's looking for the lightning right now. RTE coming in. Divine Shield, the respect being shown.
It's an early Divine Shield, though. StormX at nearly 100% HP.
Terrified of the lightning.
Mana. Absolute back foot play here from Rikta as the damage comes out again. He does interrupt the lightning bolt. Lightning bolt's not going off there. That one will go off.
He does dance it correctly. Rikta just goes down.
Lightning will take it 2-0.
The lightning will fuck you, boys.
Man,
and StormX played it perfectly. Rikta tried to dance the lightning bolt. StormX said, "Bitch, I got the right click mouse scroll on lock. You're not dancing anything."
That was close indeed. I still can't get over the fact that I memed about that. It totally didn't hit me until it was too late. StormX is memeing around with the dwarf, which I absolutely love to see. No poison cleanse for him, and it's just going to be a couple of expansions too soon.
Is it UHD versus Manfred next? I do believe UHD versus Manfred.
UHD is not playing, our Hunter friend said.
Well, that means then that I guess Manfred will advance. If Maggot's not here, then he accepted invite. He accepted the invite. Whatever. Whatever, it's fine. We're going to advance UHD, or Manfred against UHD, so it will just be a 2-0. A little scuff there. Not sure why he accepted it. That's fine, though. We'll move on to our next Maggot versus Milksteak. Milksteak, mute for us, buddy. Let's see it come out.
Don't let us down. Don't let us down. Show us what the elements are made of.
I'm gonna do my best, man. I'm playing against Maggot. See you on the other side, boys.
Yeah, good luck, mate. Thank you for joining me, everybody. David and Johnny. Thank you for the follows.
Can you make me uninvisible?
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah.
There you go, buddy.
Did I do something weird? Okay, I didn't make him invisible, thank God.
No, you're good to go. I was doing it so you could see the duels, and then kind of forgot.
Gonna have Milksteak here against Maggot Fiend or Shaman versus Orc Hunter. Gonna be looking for these resists to come out from the Shaman. Gonna invis Steezy. Did I not invis Steezy? I can invest easy. I will invest easy.
He's so
He doesn't
big.
interrupt too much. He is a little too big for us here. The hunter looking for the 20-yard distance here. He's actually looking for more. If Milksteak's not going to want to push it further, then he can sit that far out. Probably favored for him. He wants the pre-grounding here. Has the freezing trap come out. Milksteak opening with the chain lightning. Big damage coming out. Lightning bolt come here. Again, won't be interrupted. Actually, will be pushed back. A lot of pushback coming on to Milksteak here early on as Maggot brings him fairly low. The heal will come out. As the title does come out, the chain lightning coming down. Thorium grenade to chain it up. It will land. Lightning bolt coming out. He's probably going to try and finish here. Less healing wave coming out here on him. The hunter damage is a lot, but there is no Viper Sting. He might get caught here by the burst coming out onto Maggot. He will replace that. He's got the heal rolling from the pouch, but will it be enough?
This is going to be another chain lightning. He needs one more shock to finish it, and it's going to land, and it will be enough. That is going to be a win for Milksteak. You have to appreciate the range of that chain lightning. Is that 40 plus range? Is that 40 yards, or is that more even? Milk seemed to be a 36. It just
does
felt.
have the increased range though at the leash. It's the same as your Frostbolt with Arctic Reed, so just remember that as the range. It's pretty long, but it isn't forever. Milksteak here looking for another win. Onto Maggot. Maggot going BM against the Shaman. Doesn't want the stun and the interrupt there. The grounding might be a bit much for it. So he looks here again for the chain lightning opener. Gets it off. Tries to immediately heal up here. He sits there for the Shaman free cast there on the pet. So the pit does crit him and he gets the free cast. Chain lightning coming out here. No, it won't come out. He gets stunned by the hunter. It looks like he's going to have a lot of damage. NS heal comes out. He looks at the title. The title is resisted and a lot of pressure coming onto Maggot.
It did seem as though he tried to put the frost down. I don't know if the frost hit either. The grenade will connect onto Milksteak, and it's going to be a full aim shot as he just tries to pump out the damage from afar. It's going to land. Milksteak's going to get dangerously low, and it'll be 1-1. Maggot versus Milksteak.
1-1 here as Maggot brings it back. Milksteak kind of on the back foot there. Doesn't get the title down. Unlucky. And it will mean that he doesn't have enough pressure to win that second matchup here. 1-1 against these two players.
And I think there's merit to always run an Orc, it seems, in these tournaments, because even when you're not fighting rogues, it's just the title charms, the grenades. These things just get resisted more when you're an Orc. And it's certainly shown to or something that's reigned clearly tonight. That has been the case. Though that is going to start. Milksteak is
lucky conk shot there after he feigned deaths the chain lightning. Milksteak brought very low, very early on. Healing coming out. He does have the NS, but he's interrupted by the Intim. He will get the healing wave out, but it's not going to be enough. It looks like the grenade will come down. Chain lightning being cycled here. Will have the title probably after. Doesn't have the cleanse. Title is resisted. Lightning bolt coming out, but he's dangerously low at 10% HP. 5% HP. No, the healing wave comes out. He's spamming on top of himself, but the Viper Sting is sticking. He will run into... No, he won't run into the freezing trap, but he's trying to close the distance, and he has very little mana. Healing wave will come out after Lightning Bolt, but he's about to be in this matchup, as is the Hunter. Lightning Bolt will come out, but it's so late here. Brought to 10% HP. 5% HP. The Raptor Strike will be enough. No, it'll just be the melee to close out the duel.
And a good try indeed. It's a good try indeed, but he just ran out of resources north. You know, Milk was cleansing those Vipers pretty quick, but, you know, one tick here, one tick there, and it's going to be a victory for Maggot. There just wasn't enough juice in the tank to finish this one. Good duel indeed to both contenders.
New rules here for the Rogue versus Warlock. We have Soul Link allowed, but no laps for either side. Trying it out. Orc, no Orc.
Sugar Tulip.
No Orc for the Warlock. That's as well. Anything but Orc with the Soul Link block. We're gonna remove that from him.
Sugar Tulip, thank you very much for that 5-month tier, or 5-month in a row subscription. Damn.
Both of you know Orc. We're going to try and remove...
Thank you, Sugar. I made sure to mute myself
Orc
as well. Thank you.
We're trying this rule out. We're going to prevent... We want to prevent the Orc on the lock. We're going to go Soul Link. That's the rule for now. We're going to see how it works here in this tournament. We don't have a lot of locks, but we're going through new rule sets with most of these tournaments just to see what works and what doesn't work for the bigger ones when we are trying much harder. This isn't the $400 prize pool we had. This isn't the 64 bracket. This isn't as many people, so it isn't for as many marbles, but we will still have a good matchup, hopefully, from these two contenders. He's going to go for the Gnome against
Thank you,
Babo,
Sugar.
is
Cheers,
more
cheers,
than acceptable. We
cheers.
don't want Babo to respec here, so I'm going to
For those biddies, you spoiled Jeffy.
I have my focus on Babo and my target on Funky Pot. If you can target Babo there,
I can do just that.
Here. He's going to have the Void Walker open initially. Master Demonologist does give that 10% reduction in physical damage from the Warlock. He's going to make sure this stuff didn't get messed up with this race change. He's got a minute or two. This is a new rule, so we are not pressuring them too much in terms of the timing on it.
No worries at all. No worries at all. It gives me a little chance to drink some water here.
A fun day so far, though, OG. You have to.
Oh, goodness, North.
Draw these tournaments out and get these contenders out. We didn't have as many strong people in the previous dueling tournament that we just hosted, but this one, Stormex coming out. We have Perp coming out. Babo opening here on Funky Pot. It will blind immediately after that opener.
And notice, North, he went with the tier 2. And I think that's a change from his last duel. I don't think he went tier 2 last duel. I wonder why that change was made, or maybe I could be wrong on that. I might be wrong on that. I'll have to ask him afterwards. He is going to open back up.
I think he did go for the tier 2, though. I think it does have the proc on it for the. It's not the heal, that's tier 1. We'll have the damage coming out here onto the Rogue. Sack coming out as he looks for the Death Coil off. We will have Corruption coming out. He might Feldom out here. Pet, he hasn't Feldom yet. The Shadow Reflector will come out onto Funky Pot, but it won't land with anything. He does Feldom out another Pet. The cheap shot or the skinny shot comes out. It's not a higher rank, though, or it's on DR. We do have the dots ticking on Babo. It's going to be enough. 1-0 for Funky Pot.
Yeah, 1-0 indeed. The Warlock wonders if he potted, and it might have been a lap, perhaps he was saying. The Warlock is going to take this one. Feldom will be victorious. And also, you got to wonder, Northy, I'm seeing a staff right now on the Warlock. You got to wonder if it wouldn't have been a better idea for Skull of Impending Doom. It's not going to matter right for that particular matchup, but will it affect this next one?
The reason why he's going for that staff is because it is the biggest stamina buff in the game that he has. He's going for Mark of the Dragon Lord on his buffs. He needs to survive the Rogue Burst. That's his win condition.
Okay.
Funky Pot here, get opening on with the cheap shot. He will have the Rogue brought in combat. No resist because he's not an orc on that kidney shot. A lot of damage coming onto Funky Pot. A lot of damage. Indeed, Sack will come out. Thorium Grenade will be resisted or missed. Actually, looks like it misses as the blind comes out onto Funky Pot.
The blind, there's no dots on Babo right now. He's not getting chunked down just yet. The Warlock is going to have his work cut out for him. Is it possible, North, are we seeing him try to outweight that bubble?
He will, and he will successfully do so. He has enough time here. Resap going to be right on time. 6 seconds remaining on the shield. He's going to wait for it. He's going to try and close it out right here. He actually plays it extra safe there. Doesn't wait for the sap, just wants the straight opener here. He might go for the ambush Evis, but he will have Death Coil immediately. Death Coil will not come out. It will not be an ambush because he doesn't want to get Death Coil. The stun will come out onto the Warlock. 1-1 Babo Funky Pot.
Played really well on that Rogue's part, and I'm glad that you kind of caught the survivability game that the Warlock was trying to put down there. They just want to outlast this Rogue, and the Rogue played it flawlessly. Bobka has been showing, he's showing right here that he has been practicing. He is ready to contend in these tournaments, and he wants to take this win.
And then, of course, that is Bobka Wow. So if you guys don't know about him as a content creator, you can find him at twitch.tv/Bobka Wow. He will be playing with Tips Out, I believe, when Classic launches. So let's see if he can take it here, the 2-1 against Funky Pot, or Funky Pot will return some fire and go for the skull and try and get out of that blind. He won't. He'll still go for the Grand Marshal stave, rocking a Nelth's tier actually against the Rogue. Interesting choice there. I don't think he has hit anywhere else. Yeah, he doesn't. So he's looking for the hit from that to reach hit cap as he goes for straight damage items.
And the opener is going to come out, cheap shot, and then it's going to be kidney shot afterwards when that fades. There is still going to be the Soul Link right now. Is there a Soul Link? Wait a second.
Soul Link is still up here on the Warlock. It is that sort of swirly icon. He does have the blind coming out. The Rogue will want to get off that cheap shot. The sacrifice is going to come out immediately, I'm guessing, like right here during this. Yeah, sacrifice does come out, so he can't re-CC it. He does have the blind here, but it probably will not be enough to cleanse the entire sacrifice.
Nah, I think you're right, North. Now, there was agony ticking on Bobka right now. He stealthed at the perfect time before the last tick hit, and he was able to get the sap off. He's going to use this momentum with first aid to continue things effectively here. He's going to re-stealth, resapping one more time. One more time for safety, excuse me. Re-stealth opens back up. Will it be cheap shot? It will. It's going to be a cheap shot.
Wait here after the cheap shot. He'll wait, and he'll open immediately afterward. Kidney shot coming out. He wants the damage after the sack. It will be enough. Bobka 2-1 against Smoky Pot.
Damn, and that's with Soul Link as well. I forgot for a moment there, right in between, that we were allowing that for this particular matchup. So Bobka just not only won versus the Feldom, but the Soul Link as well, which that's hard. That's and well played on his part.
We did remove the lap from the Warlock there, and we removed his Orc, so removing two key abilities there from the Warlock. We saw them so strong in the last tournament. They're still contenders with that lap up, but we did give him the Soul Link, and he didn't manage to come out with the win.
He didn't. I gotta say, Bobka's been playing well today. Props to him. Let's see if he can continue that momentum into the rest of the rounds here and take the tournament.
Now we have Mr. Rias here up against Bad. I'm going to make sure to target Bad and actually we both can target Bad and focus T-Virus because he's in our group, so we actually can just target the rogues. Only if it's double rogue does it really matter here. We're going to look for here the cleanse of the totems after the rogue gets the opener here. Earthbind totem down. He's got all 4. Let's see how Bad opens. He's the winner of the tournament just before. Let's see if it's enough. He will come out. He'll just ignore the totems. He wants the burst.
Holy shit, North, I'm surprised. I was ready for the sap and the totems at the words. He's going to gouge and kill one of the totems. He's going to blind and kill the rest, but he wanted that burst right off the bat, and he played that perfectly. He put out down the burst. He blinded. He killed the totems. He bandaged back up. He's re-stealthing, and he's going in on it.
He hasn't sapped quite yet. He's looking for the sap here. Does manage to land it. It's still on DR. So he's going to have to vanish here if he wants to reopen. Yes, he will. And the ambush, it looks like, comes down. No, it's the cheap shot not resisted there by the Orc Shaman here. Kidney shot not resisted by the Orc Shaman. This will be enough. Sapper coming down. And the blind to make sure that he doesn't get the NS heal off.
Man, Bad has been playing out of his mind today. Honestly, I don't think we've had a play to pick apart from that from Bad. He might win the second tournament. Yeah, the second tourney we're putting out here is he did win the first.
If he wins this and Perplexity wins the next round, we will have a rogue versus rogue in the semis, I do believe. But this is 1-0 best of 5. It is an early best of 5 that we're doing this. I'm not sure if I misplayed that because I didn't look at how many rounds there were. But we will do from the quarterfinal. We will do best of 5s here because I said there would be best of 5s.
Hey, a lot of money at stake. I'm sure these players will appreciate that extra chance to be able to come back. The cheap shot comes down onto Virus. The crippling poison has been applied. He's going for the burst tactic once again. Kidney shot comes out afterwards. He uses an energy potion. Keeps pumping out the damage. Virus getting very low right now. Gouge is going to hit. One totem's melee down. Blind is going to go out. A second totem goes down. It's the same exact formula for the last duel that he did. And you can tell he has done this before. He knows the process he wants to take, and he knows how he wants to get there.
Stun will come down. T-Virus still stunned in here. He will resist the stun. Tidal gets resisted in turn. No, he won't resist the stun. The kidney didn't come out. It just came out. That'll be 2-1 Bad early on here as he pays the respect. Doesn't want the NS. This is how you have to play against Shamans if you don't want those NS. Same thing with Druids. You have to make sure that you don't allow that instant heal to change the match. 2-1 here, 2-0 here for Bad so far in the duel.
T-Virus is a good shaman too. They've been doing well today. North, and you gotta wonder, they're probably a little bit a little bit tilted, and I know I would be, that none of the rogues stuns got resisted, but I believe it was the shaman's title charm that did. And it's just a roll of the dice, you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, you're completely right when you say that. We're gonna actually experiment. If we have another rogue versus rogue, we might just force them out of Orc potentially, or like if they both agree to be something that isn't Orc, we'll allow the race change for the rogue versus rogue matchup, so we don't have the resist of the stuns, and maybe we could see we'll probably see double dwarf coming out here. But let's get into this current duel. A lot of damage coming out onto Bad here. Doesn't have the pressure he did before. Brought down to 50% already. Gouge will not come out, or is interrupted. Blind will come out, and the poison cleansing is not down, so we will have a chance to regen here.
And he resets it thematically with the blind and the bandage afterwards. There's not going to be a flame shock on him, so there's no delay in between that. He's going to just go ahead and stealth up, put the sap down, and he's starting to eat and drink very by the books. It's been like that all day. There is going to be a cheap shot put down onto the shaman just as the other faded. Frost shock will slow them down, and they try to keep this distance between the shaman as the shaman tries to create it, but they do not have much to change how things are going right now.
Gouge comes out. Fire Nova Totem does land. He's got the big damage.
Wait, the Proc! Wait a second!
Comes out!
No way!
Oh, it's Bad for the
win
there. What the hell?
What the? I didn't even know he was using it, North.
The freezing band.
What the
my
fuck?
God, the 1% owning Bad there. Oh no. Is that 2-1? 2-1, right? 2-1?
2-1. I'm impressed.
Back there with the freezing fan. Everybody clap your hands for that 1% proc coming out for Demeter. Rias needs the little bit of extra oomph. And can he pull off the reverse sweep in this quarterfinal?
Freezing band.
Freezing band indeed.
Perplexity spamming in general. Don't choke. Don't choke.
Great
don't
track
choke
of Golden Light. Thank you very much for that
Let's see
sub,
if Sam
mate.
can
Had to mute
close
myself.
it out
Thank you,
here.
thank you, thank
Getting the
you.
stun off. Going for the early burst. Doesn't get resisted. He has that big burst coming out. Earthshock will come down on him as he looks to clear these totems and blind him.
The gouge is going to come out. The blind afterwards, they are going to go ahead and just bandage themselves back up to a very comfortable level. Bad playing this one by the books, perhaps even writing the books one day himself. Going to just go ahead and stealth, sap the shaman, and keep this momentum going. The shaman, only at about half, has the work cut out for him to change the outcome of this duel.
Vanishing there, it looks like he doesn't get brought out. The cheap shot does get resist. No, it doesn't get resisted. He does cleanse it with the full kidney coming down, blind coming out afterwards. No poison cleansing. Can he get the win in this burst combo? Let's see. It might come down to the resist.
The sap's going to come out. North. He is playing this one so crisply in terms of he's not taking risks. There's no risks being taken. He's using the arena trinket. He's going to just open back up onto the shaman, and after the cheap shot and a few more melees, it's enough to take him down. The winner is going to be Bad.
Does come down to the resist. No resist here means that Bad will take it. We might see Rogue versus Rogue as Perp goes up against Tilt in this matchup.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. The Rogue versus Mage, one of my favorite.
Rogue versus Mage, definitely a favorite for us, as Mage is one of the most fun matchups. Perp here in 2 costumes, both Flip Out and Yar. I wasn't aware that you could be in both, but let's look here for the cleanses. I'm not sure what he's going to go. He is not currently using a skull, so he might just be going for the damage here. Not paying respect to that sheep, but he is going for the trinket, so he can trinket out of polymorph.
And the dueling flag goes down. There's still going to be a Grace of Air totem. I don't think those totems will affect anybody. The Rogue is out of range anyway, and they're out of group, so it shouldn't be a big deal. They're going to pop their Blood Rage here. Open back up onto Tilt. I think they used an ambush here. Tilt, it does have the mana shield ticking, so quite a bit of the damage was avoided, but it's going to hurt their HP total a little bit. They are going to blink away, but the blind hits them, and the Rogue bandages back up, resetting the fight.
Looks like it was. The thorium grenade was resisted by Dr. Perp. There wasn't miss. Tilt landing it, but it's not enough here. Going for the autos into Tilt. Will come out, but the kidney shot will be blinked there, but he will manage to re-blind here. Second block coming out. He will have the blinds here. He will have the... No, he'll just go for the stun. He want to go for the damage here, and he will go for the blind in the middle of the Nova. So when he gets kited, he wants to make sure that he can reset here. It's going to look like an easy early win here for Perp with the ambush, 1-0.
Yeah, Perp not afraid to put out those ambushes just for the damage. He's one that I've seen that many a time where he's you're gonna blink this cheap shot instantly. I'm just gonna ambush you. I'm just gonna try to whittle you down as fast as I possibly can, and it worked for him.
The best choice, in my opinion, for the opener on the Rogue versus Mage. The cheap shot is always blinked if you want that up, sure, but you're using so much early on versus just getting early pressure, and the Mage usually has to blink anyway. Get the damage down on them instead, right? He's not going to blink here though.
I think it was a reduel.
It is a reduel there. Someone messed it up. He was waiting for the re-barrier to make sure that they only have one up for the fight and that it's not a double barrier kind of situation from the get-go here. He's going to go for the opener. Blood Fury is popped. He'll go for the ambush. It breaks the ice barrier. Nova will come out. He'll title and he'll follow up with the sprint. Will it be enough? He's kited here early on as the block comes out for the blind.
For Bulk Pouch is healing, Tilt back up to full, but they do have a little bit of mana deficiency. Now, Perp does have about 13% missing for HP, but it's not that much.
The sap comes out after the Nova. Spell matching there, allowing the sap there, and Tilt has no answers. Thorium Grenade will come down. It will be resisted or misses. It was resisted again, actually. Thorium Grenade coming out. Will it land?
Oh,
yes,
from
it
downtown.
will. Looking for the downtown nade. Doesn't quite find the end of Tilt here, though. Tilt not look. Oh, uses the Nova.
It's hard.
Uses the bandage afterwards, but tries to bait in Perp there with the bandage and the immediate arcane explosion. Definitely a good call. Waiting for his waiting for his ice barrier, trying to get some up. He does get it up here. He will get him out, but the gouge will come down there. Nice play from Perp. Gouging instead of trying to stab. Impact will come out. Scorch will also come out. No double impact proc there. Blind will come out. I believe he does have the second block, but he's going to save it.
Oh,
no, he won't.
It's a little late, but he'll do
pop
it.
it a little late there. Nova will come out. Perp might die here. Vanish comes out. Tilt dangerous low on mana. One tick of evocate.
He almost got the second. It was so close.
No, he doesn't get the cone out. The cone looks like it's resisted or it misses. Rank 1 Frostbolt. He doesn't have anything up. It looks like Perp will go down here as the wand kite is here. Every wand matters. Grenade coming out. Will it be resisted? No, it won't. The wand comes out as well. Will he finish it? The rank 1 Frostbolt will seal the deal. No, it
so
won't.
close. The bandage, North.
Out rank 1 again. He still is alive, but he's barely there. He does have throwing grenade coming out. He might be able to.
It hits. He's closing the distance.
Oh,
it's a gun versus wand duel.
It crit. No, it won't. Tilt almost dead. He's not.
Oh!
Tilt doesn't.
What am I watching?
What the fuck, dude? It's a wizard versus
What did I just watch?
It's a wizard versus a cowboy, and the cowboy is going to take them down.
Tilt completely there, I think, and that's why he didn't do anything, but not wanting Perp at the very end. Tilt going on tilt as Denmark loses to Perp.
Holy shit! Well played!
In the chat, boys, because he just got gunned down by Perp there after having an easy win. Gets the rank 1 off, but it doesn't seal the deal.
Holy shit! Oh my goodness, I gotta clip that later. Oh my goodness.
Perp coming out to please. He does get the title off there after cleansing the Nova with the Imp Sprint. Will go for some big bursts here onto Tilt. He will walk away with that Vanish. That's what you want to see, so the Mage can't get you out immediately. Rank 1 Arcane Explosions will go down as the Fervor Witness Spout sticks. He will get him out, but the Gouge will come down onto Tilt. He does get a little damage off, but the Blink comes out instantly. Thorium Grenade will be canceled in the middle there, but it's because he wants to make sure it lands. He gets it off there as the blind comes down. Block will be used in response. Let's see if Perplexity has the pressure.
He gets the Frost Nova off, but he gets Kidney Shot instantly. He's going to blink away from it. The Cone of Cold is going to hit Perplexity, but he vanishes. There is a Cold Snap. He tries to hit him with Cone of Cold again. He is not going to be successful. The second Ice Block is going to come out, but Perplex has about 50% HP. Tilt has about 40% mana and 70% health. They're going to blink away and keep the Rogue in combat with the Silence. The blind comes out onto the Mage, and he's going to reset things.
He used the second blind, so it's free. It's free here for Perp. He doesn't get the bandage off because of the Ignite proc.
The last tick.
He will have to drink here on, or he will have to eat here on this sap. He will go for the ambush immediately. Tilt cleansing that slow with Trinket and trying to make some distance here. Tilt won't make the same mistake. He will have every one matter. Third one comes in, and that will seal the deal. Tilt bringing it back, going off Tilt, making sure that he will not lose this so easily. Coming back 2-1.
And it goes to show North, even the best of us do make a mistake from time to time, and that Ignite tick was just enough to change the flow of the combat. There was 1 more second left, and Perp didn't time it quite right, and the bandage was not going to take effect, which might have determined the outcome of this match.
We do have the next match coming in here, probably going to reset. I believe they already reset. Perp going to go for that big ambush at the beginning, or will he look for something else? Let's find out.
They reset the duel just the once there. Start it once again.
It's going to be the ambush opener with the Blood Fury.
The Frost
Nova cleansed by Perp. Big burst coming out with the Sapper into the blind. Response with Ice Block.
Blinks away instantly, silences the rogues. They stay in combat. Fade away Fire Blast, and they keep hiding. The Furblock Pouch is going to be healing away. They put the Blizzard down, but it does not connect. The Cone of Cold hits, but the Vanish comes out afterwards. The Frost Nova will not hit, and neither will the Arcane Explosion, but one more Arcane Explosion will, but they're going to try to... No, the second blind has to come out. The Ice Block comes out afterwards, and they reset the whole fight, kiting away with Cone of Cold.
Big for Tilt here. All of Perp's cooldowns are used. He will shoot the gun into Tilt, but he knows that he's defeated here. 2-2 for Tilt. Does Perp choke here? Does Tilt get the reverse sweep? He's just tied it up 2-2.
Star Wars Episode 10, Return of the Wand. That's Paladin IRL. Well said indeed. That is good shit. This is 2-2. Tilt versus Perplex. Man, this is close. Very good players. Both deserve to move on for how well they've done so far this tournament, but only one can. Will it be Perp or will it be Tilt? Find out in round 5.
Will we see the Rogue versus Rogue, or will it be Rogue versus Mage? Can Tilt get the upset, the 3-game in a row comeback? He's got the tempo. Will he put Perp on Tilt? Let's find out.
The puns are never ending on this channel. There is going to be puns for days. The Frost Nova comes out. He's going to just sprint out of it. The Tidal Shroud comes out, but he blinks. The Ignite is ticking away on Perp right now as he tries to close the distance with the Mage. He's going to vanish and walk away because he's looking for that Blizzard, looking for that Arcane Explosion, and he does not want to be found by these things.
That's why we like to see that spec against the Rogue. We'll block the the zap, but the blind comes out with the expose. We like to see the ignite because it prevents the re-stealth from the Rogues. Not enough here though, going for the ambush. Lots of damage coming down on Tilt. Lucky Frostbite proc coming off might mean Tilt has enough here. Fergal Medicine Pouch is ticking. Cold Snap will come out. He could have blinded there. Perp with the vanish wants to reset. Tilt looking to find him out of stealth. They're both low. Things are looking good for Tilt. He has a second block here. The Cold Snap came out.
Ooh.
I think Perp also has the blind, but he can use it in response. Favor here for Tilt. Let's see if he can close it out. Evo will come out. 1 tick, blind. 2 tick. Blind will come out. Perp's not fucking around.
Second, the ice blocks out. They blink away instantly.
Coming out. Ignite is down. That will be enough to seal the deal. Perp goes down.
Tilt's playing really fucking well. That's a hard matchup. That is a very good player that Tilt has taken down and pushed out of the tournament.
He got a really lucky Frostbite proc there in the middle that forced the vanish from Perp on the Cone of Cold. He got it 2 duels in a row when he needed it, but that's why you pick up Frostbite. It is such a huge talent, and it can make the difference. Getting lucky there, Tilt, but playing very, very well. Unseating Perp from the tournament with a Rogue versus Mage matchup. And Stormex here against Ophelia for the next match. Rogue or Shaman versus Mage. We saw the same matchup before against Drexlar with Stormex. Against Drexlar and I believe Rias. Let's see if we see it again. Let's see if the Shaman can make the upset, or let's see if the Shaman seals the deal again, or if Ophelia will manage to win as the Mage versus the Shaman. Fucking word bomb.
No, don't worry, North. It's got to be more than just Jeff misspeaking. Somebody's got to do it with me. I don't want to be embarrassed, and so I appreciate you for that very much. There is going to be, trust me, it's Jeff every other word, so you're going to be all right this one. That is for damn sure. It's going to be Storm versus Ophelia. Who will take the cake? The legendary Storm X or Ophelia? There's only one way to find out. This is going to be a best of 5, and we're going to go ahead and wait before we restart. There is no pre-grounding in this particular matchup. We're just going to let our contestants know what's up. Thank you, everybody, for joining us once again. Funny Johnny, Absolute Despair, and Iroko, thank you for the follow. Patriarch of Golden Light, thank you for that.
He can refresh totems.
I appreciate it very
much.
much.
Beforehand. It is a new rule that we've implemented just here, so we hope to see it to some effect here. It gives a little more pressure for the Mage here. I think Storm X is a very strong Shaman, but will it make the difference? There's no pre-grounding.
No, this is such a beautiful time, North, to try our new rules out. The Purge comes out, Rank 1 Frostbolt does afterwards. They're going to just kite away just a little bit. The grounding comes out now, but this is in an interesting time for Storm. He's going to get that CD back all the sooner because of this. The Rank 1 Frostbolt's going to eat that up, but the Frost Shot comes down onto the Mage. They are going to pop cooldowns here. The Mind Quickening has been implemented. They're going to polymorph instantly. It is going to be Polymorph Pig, not Rank 1 Polymorph.
Not getting the interrupt here like he got it against, I forget, I believe he was against the Mage before. It might have been Rias, though. The Frostbolt damage coming down. A lot of burst here onto him. The Fergal Medicine Pouch comes out as the Imp CS comes out. He gets the stun off, though, so he doesn't get the free shatter. Thorn Grenade coming out for the Pig. It's not enough, though. It will, and it's on a lower DR. He didn't wait for the full DR. He's going to bandage here, but it probably won't be enough as Stormex gets out. Earth Shocks the Poly, has the pressure. Will the grounding come down? It should. He's got Earth Shock up soon. He wants to use it when he can. Chain Lightning might seal the deal. No, the block will come out in time. Chain Lightning will be outranged as grounding is thrown down in that range. Storm has to get out of the range of his of the grounding. No, he actually isn't. It's still, the effect is still on him. It's in range, even though Ophelia is so far away. The CS comes out. It might not be enough, though. Full rank Frostbolt will come down. The grounding will absorb the Fire Blast as he looks to Earth Shock him to death.
Storm, it does not matter if he can't use a pre-grounding. He's still going to take this one anyway. It's going to be the round for Storm, and I love to see that deliberation in stopping one of his Chain Lightnings when there was a block down. It takes a certain level of concentration to be able to do that spur of the moment. He has very fast reflexes, and he did not waste the Chain Lightning. You love to see it, and he put down the pressure and took the W. So I'm going to say new rules during tournament. It is not during the tournament. It was at the start of the tournament.
We actually established this at the start of the day. We're just reminding him that it's there. We did the same thing for the previous Shaman versus Mage. We've seen it before. Already, we made sure that it was down. That's something that as a mage I saw, and I said, hey, this doesn't seem quite, like this is already a pretty even matchup without the pre-grounding. We're giving them free pre-globals, 3 each, because we give three noggins to the mage, and we give 3 totems to the shaman.
One second, sorry. Callberg, I will VOD
Here
this.
going for the grenade. The grenade does not land. Stormax making a rare mistake there. No grounding down yet. He's waiting for it. No, actually, it is down, but it's still on cooldown here. CS will come out with the rank 1, no max rank Frostbolt, as he looks to follow up with the grenade. Grenade does come down as we have a full rank Frostbolt. He's pummeling him into them. We have the medicine pouch coming out. Grounding will go down as he looks for the heal. Rank 1 will come down to cleanse it, and he'll look for the sheep on the Stormax.
And the sheep comes out. Storm X is in a pretty comfortable position in terms of health pool total, but Ophelia does have the advantage very shortly afterwards me saying that. The grounding totem will be eaten, but they heal themselves back up and try to purge off Ice Barrier and everything else the mage has on him using as many GCDs as needed. 2 in this case. They heal themselves up and they look to reinitiate onto the mage.
Looking for that frostbite proc with this blizzard coming down. Might be good damage from the mage, but he actually gets absorbed there on the totem. Blink will come down to try and put some pressure on. He's got the full shatter heal. He'll use it with the cone of cold. He's got the frost reflector up, or is that a frost? That's a frost reflector up. He's trying to reflect the frost shock, but I don't believe that it does. Stormax here has the tempo. We'll look for the regen though, Ophelia, with that Evocate, but the cheap is interrupted by the Earth Shock.
Now there is going to be a rank 1 Frostbolt that just goes to the grounding. Whoa, that grounding ate that from so far away. That was actually crazy. Must have been in the perfect range. Rank 1 Frostbolt down on the Shaman again. Goes in for the Frost Nova, and it does connect, but the Chain Lightning will hit the mage.
On the grounding. You hate to see it. Ophelia will fall from that CS on the grounding. Well timed from Storm X. Didn't pre-clear it with another global, and that'll mean that Storm X is up 2-0 in this matchup.
Yeah, 2-0 indeed. Storm X coming out, showing his color, showing his strength, showing what it takes to win this thing. Will Ophelia be able to turn it around, or will it be victory for Storm X? And Storm even winning without the pre-ground. And no, this one will have the grounding. This match will, but he has not been.
He'll remove it. He'll remove it. Yeah, he knows the rules. He wants to play by the. He doesn't have that much pressure on him right now, and he will want to close this out. Ophelia not pressuring Storm enough, or actually almost pressuring him enough, to be fair there. It was very strong early on. The Lightning Bolt will come out, but he does get the last grounding, unfortunately, with a CS. He will look for the Frostbite here, getting lucky on those Frostbite procs in the dead zone, not like the dead zone, the shock dead zone of the mage. We'll go for a max rank Frostbolt.
Perfect grounding totem.
The grenade will come out here, and the grenade will be responded by Ophelia as he looks to close the distance here and put down some pressure. It will be the Cone of Cold coming out in the title. Maybe the burst here. No, the NS heal will come out as Ophelia looks to block here and prevent the Chain Lightning from ending it. No, the Chain Lightning will still be channeled, and it's critting onto him for 1409 damage. Oh my
goodness.
And that 3-0 comes out for Storm X.
Yeah, it does. It does. That is going to be victory for Storm X, taking a clean 3-0. You love to see it. Here is, for those that might be wondering, here's Storm's Twitch as well, if you're wanting to follow and see some of that action in the future here.
He does also make YouTube videos, so StormlingX, twitch.tv/StormlingX, if you want to go ahead and follow him. We try and make sure that the people in the community are known. Abga here up against Maggot for our last quarterfinal. Notably, that last one with Storm X and Ophelia was the only 3-0 so far in the first best-of-5 round.
Storm X played that one perfectly too. Really did.
Yeah, as a resident Ellie expert here, Milk, any comments on that series of duels there?
Storm X is nuts.
Storm X is nuts. You heard it here first, folks.
That's my comments on it.
Milksteak, another lovely content creator there as well, who's joining us with this casting. Selfish Liv, you read my mind. This duel started, and it is going to be Babo in an ice trap.
Instant scatter coming out after the cheap shot gets resisted. You hate to see that. onto Babo. Maggot here looking for the flare on top, so playing it safe here. Gonna go for that aim shot, it looks like. Throwing grenade coming out, trying to interrupt. It doesn't quite interrupts the multi-shot, though. So he does close the distance here, has the gouge coming out, and does look for the trap prevention with the Servants of Weldon Barov.
He was even going so far as to avoid the melees from the Hunter just out of range as he was getting his energy back, weaving in his melees when he was ready to dump the energy. The evasion comes out. He vanishes. He opens back up onto the Hunter. Cheap shot comes out. Crippling poison afterwards. They're going to blind him. They're playing this one safe. They're playing this one by the books. Can they finish him off?
Waiting for his energy for the finisher. Does get that ambush, or the Evis actually off. Not even for that much. Only 300 damage, but it is enough. Babo making sure that he's not going to lose this second matchup of the day. Do we not have Maggot in the group? Let me see if we get Maggot in the group.
Oh, here, let me invite him.
Okay, can you just target Maggot? He's refusing to join the group.
Oh, okay. He joined the regroup there that time.
Yeah, okay.
The scatter shot comes down the trap afterwards. They are going to reset this fight. Maggot getting dangerously low key question mark. He might not have been ready because he was confused why we were inviting him. He might think the rogues were in that raid group, but that is not the case, so it won't affect anything. He is going to create the distance here. The flare goes out. Not under the rogue, though, themselves, but near them. The grenade will land. No, it's going to get resisted, and the rogue is on the Hunter here, putting out the damage. They are going to get dazed because I think they still have cheetah form on. They have the kidney shot afterwards. The fur block pouch is going to heal them up, and the rogue is trying to reset the fight here, potentially.
He cleanses off that. He cleanses off there from the from the stun. Notably, gonna try and kill these servants. Babo waiting to reopen. Not sure what he's looking for here because you know, he won't be able to. He goes into that flare and he goes for the blind immediately for that burst potentially onto Babo, but he can't re-stealth. He's gonna look for the edge here. He actually walks to the edge. He might be able to get the opener off. No, he goes for the cheap shot or the kidney shot, and it will be a scatter coming out with the freezing trap. Will Maggot be able to get out of here in time? He doesn't look very healthy. He's got the pressure on him. Babo, though, can't vanish because he's on top of that freezing trap, but he does have time here because of the duration. No, he doesn't have the time. It actually cleanses there. My add-on's wrong here as Babo comes in and goes up 2-0.
Yeah, that was tough. Maggot has their work cut out for them if they want to turn this one around. Babo's been playing out of his mind as well today, I have to say. We really haven't had a lot to critique, if anything at all. So let's see if he continues this spree and takes home the victory, or if the Hunter can reverse sweep. There is going to be a need to reset, be a reset on the field here.
Reset on the field for Maggot.
Here's a thought, Rogue. Do we think rogues do you think the rogues have just been playing insane today? Because they actually have. Bad and Bobka have been on point today. Or do you think this particular set of rules favored rogues?
Well, we had the same set of rules before. We didn't see any rogues make it to the finals. We saw the Hunter make it to the make it to third place, though. We didn't see any rogues in the semis even. Perp was actually taken out by a Shadow Priest early on. We didn't see it this time.
No,
he got taken out by a mage. And we didn't see any mages in the semis either. So we have a little bit of a shakeup here. Hunter going to freezing trap him though. Hopefully going to get some pressure on. The grenade does get actually dodged out by Maggot, lands on the pet there, and some serious damage is coming out here. Marina Grandmaster will be popped as he looks for the Vanish to reopen, but the Serpent Sting will get him out, and he'll kite back to the flare.
There is going to be the servants now. It's going to be a lot harder to trap right now for the Hunter. I don't know what they're going to do. They're fighting in the flare, which might be the right call. The evasion is still onto the rogue. The wing clip is on the rogue as well, so they are slowed. The kidney shot is going to get resisted, and then concussion shot is going to proc, creating the Hunter the space that he needs to win this duel.
Big crit comes out there for him on the multi-shot, meaning that he will have enough damage to take it back 2-1. Will he get the reverse sweep here, or will Bobka seal the deal? Let's hope he doesn't choke like he did before, and let's hope we can see some good duels as a result.
Yeah, the Hunter can reverse sweep. It wouldn't be the first time we've seen it. It seems as though players have been really good at keeping their cool and making comebacks. So you don't always see it, but we've seen a lot of that in the past few dueling tournaments we've had at this point.
Going for the open here. Cheap shot isn't resisted. Getting kind of lucky there. Let's see. The kidney won't be resisted as well. Looking for the reflector right after the scatter means no trap. He's going to look for the speed. No concussive shot proccing. and he's going to try and get in range. Grenade will come out. It's dodged. He doesn't land it where he needs to. Damage coming down here, but Babka is dangerously low. Blind will come out onto the Hunter. He won't be able to get a reset, though, because the Serpent Sting is still ticking. No, the Serpent Sting is gone. He might just look for the burst here to seal the deal.
Yeah, the Hunter's trading melee for melee with him, but they end up getting the front. They don't need the scatter shot. They don't even need it. It's jump now, but they just feign death trap, and Babka didn't get him in combat quite quick enough. I imagine he pulled his pet off as well, so that is some nice precision. Full aim shots coming down. It's going to be not even needed. It's going to round 2 to Maggot, and this is going to round 5 to determine who will win.
The tempo in the favor of Maggot. Looks like he has Babo's card here. Despite not getting that many resists on the stuns, he does manage to come out with a win. Let's see if he will seal the deal, or if Babo can come from the 2-loss streak and seal the deal. Maggot brought only to 30% HP. Looks like everything there crits on him. No engineering yet. The purple medicine pouch will tick, but he's almost dead. The kidney shot comes down. It's cleansed, but it might not be enough. The blind hasn't even been used. The scatter shot's out, but it might not be enough. He traps a servant of Weldon Barov, and Maggot might go down.
Oh, Babka, what does Babka have left? I think he still might have another Vanish in the books, but the grenade is going to hit, and the full aim shot's going to hit him. This is scary. The Vanish comes out. The flare connects with him. Perfect blind.
Can he do it? Will it be enough damage? He goes out with the gouge, and Maggot has fled from Babo in a duel. He's outside of the area for too long in the blind. That means GG 3-2 to Babo.
Good game indeed. Good game indeed. Someone was asking me, North, does Perplexity have a Twitch as well?
I'm not sure. He does have a YouTube.
It's just YouTube, I believe. And I want to link Babo's Twitch, who just won this too.
Rogue managed to come out there, but the Hunter does walk out of the distance. If he didn't blind there, he would have died. So he has to blind there. He doesn't probably know that it's in the flee range because he wasn't there himself quite yet, and they're used to playing over here. So unfortunately, that does end in a flee. We don't see the last couple percent that Maggot could have potentially meleeed him to death, but he will go outside of the dueling area, kiting a little bit too far there. Tilt versus Bad here. In our first semifinal matchup, Maggot managing to come or not come from behind with the reverse sweep. Babo sealing the deal, will land himself a place in the semis against Storm X, but for now it's Bad versus Tilt.
Oh, I'm looking forward to this one. You already know it, Northy. The cooldowns are going to be popped by Bad right now. He opens up onto the mage. There's going to be a Freeze Proc and a Frost Nova afterwards. The Tidal Charm comes out, but the Ice Block is going to be the answer to that.
Tempo here for Bad. He wants to get away, Tilt, so that he can't blind. The Blizzard won't bring him out. It's so close, but it doesn't manage. It might have been a resist even. That's how close it was. Looks for the cone here. Doesn't Nova quite yet. Doesn't look for it. He doesn't look for the arcane explosion there. Why, Tilt? Why? Goes for the second block here. Tilt's going to die. That second block, he's got 2 blinds. Unless he can kite here perfectly and manage to outrange the second one, it's going to be too much damage here coming down. Blink not even up because he had to blink into that block here. Blink will probably up for the second one. I'm not sure if it's quite enough here. He's got no blinds. He's got no blocks here, so it will be a lot of damage coming out itself, but he does manage to get down the Furbolg Medicine Pouch. He will regen up slightly, going for the ambush there. Into the Thorium Grenade doesn't land, though, or is resisted. Tilt with nothing up here as the gouge comes down, and the Evis will cause him to die as Bad pops his skull. 1-0.
1-0 indeed, North. Let me look at which is this is the semifinals then between Bad and Tilt, looking at the brackets.
It is indeed, and we have 1-0 coming out for Bad. Will he succeed where Perplexity failed? He looked very strong early on. Will Tilt manage to come from behind, or will he tilt off the face of the earth? Let's find out.
Yeah, round 2 coming out here. Tilt has shown that they have what it takes to take this, but Bad has too. And I gotta say, Bad...
Tilt actually blowing a block there because he was in flee distance to lose. Unfortunate there from Tilt that he managed to go that far out. Gouge comes down from Tilt, or from Bad onto Tilt. Frostbite proc will come out. Thorium Grenade will not land as the kidney is down. Blink will come in response. It looks like, I'm not sure if that was a title there, but the Ignite does tick off before he gets Arcane Explosion. Not gonna land. It was so close.
So close.
That will come off, and we've got the sheep shot into the block to wait for his cooldowns. Doesn't cold snap there, so he's in this blind. Bad will get to reset and has pressure.
You don't always see that, North, with blinds coming out so smoothly and then the bandage afterwards, but I gotta say, Bad has that down to a science with the blind and bandage afterwards. It's so quickly he starts the process. I think that's been the case with many rogues, but this is going to keep going here. The blind comes out, the ice block does afterwards, and there is going to be a Frost Nova, but afterwards advantage.
Gets him out with the Coat of Cold. That'll be enough. He's got the Scorch for the win there. Having the pressure early on, but he saves the second block for the second blind, and he manages to eke out a win there by the skin of his teeth. Tilt tying it up 1-1.
This is going to be good. Both these players have been playing out of their mind today, and either one of them deserve to go on to the next round.
Will Bad, our previous champion from just an hour or two ago, manage to keep up the pressure? Or will Tilt come from behind? He beat Perplexity. Will Bad prove himself to be able to do what Perp could not? Or will Tilt seal the deal and make it to the final? Let's find out.
The dueling flag goes down. Bad's going to go ahead and stealth up, and they are going to get this party started. He pops his Blood Fury. He opens up with the ambush. The Frost Nova comes out. He sprints out of it. He puts the gouge down. He gets a little energy back and puts the exposed armor down and finishes, but uses the finisher on the mage, putting them very low. The Furlong Pouch will come out, but the ice block will reset things.
Nice ice block there. The ambush fails on Tilt. He manages to get it down. That would have probably thrown the duel. Going for the Arcane Explosion, getting him out. No opener. Blind comes out. He's got no block, but he will have a block for the second blind here. So Tilt not that far behind in the pressure. The damage has come down, but the expose is not still off. Title will be resisted. Second block has to come off, because if he doesn't, he's dead. That crippling too good there. Tilt gonna lose this match for sure. Throwing Grenade comes out. It's not resist. It doesn't even land because the Sapper comes out to end the duel. 2-1 Bad.
2-1 Bad indeed. 2-1 Bad indeed. And this could be the last one, putting Bad into the finals, or it could go another 2 matches. They're going to have a reset here.
Bad 1 win away. Tilt needs to come out with 2. Pressure is with Bad here as Tilt looks to win. He barely won that second one. Bad convincingly coming out here, using those blocks early, getting kind of lucky on those crippling blocks. He's got no Shiv here. He has to have the autos or the ambush to it, but it manages to come out.
The dueling flag goes down. The Blood Fury comes out. Going to open up onto the rogue, or onto the mage here. The Ice Bear is going to fade. They're going to use their trinket to get that shield. Now the rogue is going to vanish and open back up onto the mage here. They're going to use a cheap shot. The Frog Block Pouch is ticking away, and the ice block has been used by the mage. The rogue has control of the battle.
Late blind there. The snap comes out. He can use it on this block, but he doesn't want to. It's good that he doesn't. He just wants to make sure that it's up for the next one. He's going to blink away here if a stun comes out. It doesn't quite come out. He's got the... Was that a quick skull coming out? No, it wasn't. He's got a lot of pressure here, actually, because Bad is not managing to catch up with him. The Imp Sprint will come out as he looks to get the Nova off. It doesn't quite land, and Bad looking for the reset here. Tilt, 1 tick. 2 tick Evo. Don't look for the third. Don't look for the third. The sap will come down onto Bad. He's got the block, though. He could block and try and win, but the blind will come out immediately in response. He wants to wait for it. He's going to wait for it.
It is going to be an opener onto the mage again, and he gets dangerously low. It must have been a big crit there, and Tilt is down to about 10-20% HP, but they put the Frost Nova down. The Ignite is ticking away. They put another fire spell, 2 fire spells, and it's going to be 2-2. Tilt versus Bad. We're going to a round 5, people.
Tilt is just playing out of his fucking mind today.
Playing very, very well, bringing it back against Bad, who's playing fantastic himself. He said there was a bug there. I'm not sure what bug he's referring to. If anyone caught it, you could definitely point it out. But it looks like we're going to go to a Game 5 with these 2 contenders here. Tilt managing to bring it back one the other. We have Hitter and Patter coming from these 2 contestants. Let's see who will seal the deal, though.
The flag goes down. The rogue opens up onto the mage here. The title charm is going to go onto the mage. We're going to blink it. The blind will land, but the ice block is going to be the answer to just that. Are they going to try to blink? Are they going to try to... Ooh, was that
The kidney comes into the block. He tries to predict it, and he fails. The pressure a little too much there for Bad. The Furbolg ticking here on Tilt, but Bad put on Tilt by Tilt.
The sap comes out. He's going to reopen. How will he do it? He chooses an ambush. The mage blinks away instantly. They have no barrier. They're going to just block any damage that might have came out, but the grenade was going to connect, and the rogue opens back up on the mage. They're going ahead and just bandage before they start their next series of attacks.
Great bandage there from Sam there.
The failed kidney doesn't matter because he got the second blind out. The mage has to be outside of blind range, and he knows in win condition. Great play here from Tilt, knowing that if I get in blind range and I am this low HP, I will be put into the dirt. Looking for the Evo here for the full reset. He's going to try and just kite it out. He has to keep out of that range. He's going to polymorph here. He's going to look for a Frostbolt after he regens his stuff, and he's going to make sure that he gets out of range of that blind. He's trying to kite here. He's got the increased range. Going to go for the rank 1 Frostbolt. It comes
Reflected.
reflect there. He's looking for the Scorch here. He actually gets the... No, the Blizzard does not come off.
Now, something to note here, boys. The Tilt is getting dangerously low on mana. They did use a mana agate, so they have a little bit more to work with. They're trying to get one tick of food. They lured him in. The Frost Nova is not going to connect.
Ooh.
Rank 1 Arcane Explosion is not either. They try to lure him again with eating, and they're just trying to hit him with the Arcane Explosions while luring them with food. But Bad is patient. They're patient, and they know their win condition.
Well-timed eats here from Tilt, actually, as he gets
the
some mana.
mind
He'll
game.
Get him out. He'll get him out with the Arcane Explosion. The Expose will come down. He wants the burst here. Go for the blind. He doesn't go for the blind. He actually goes for the Fire Reflect.
From downtown.
And the grenade will resist here. The Thorium Grenade will come out. He doesn't have a blink. He has 2 seconds to catch up. The Ignite's still on. The Ignite's still on Bad. He will go. No, why go for the Nova? He's got the blind up. Tilt forgot.
Oh, goodness, this might be it. If there's a crit, it could be good game. They're going to sap. They're eating. They're playing this one by the books, North, as they have
that
all
ice
night.
barrier. Yep.
This favors Bad here. I don't think the Ice Bear is actually going to land, get off, but he will
Might have too much time on it.
Yeah, it does have too much time, but he's going to go for that region here, going for the full crit. He'll immediately go for the blink. He does go for the blink. It doesn't kill him here. Shoot gun going out. He knows that he's dead here, Bad. It looks like he goes for the shoot over and over again. Tilt is dangerously low on mana, though, notably, so he might get, if he gets anything off here, he will win, but Bad right in the dead zone. Nothing up. No cooldowns.
Wow.
The Fire Blast the Frostbolt will crit for 1661, and Tilt will take it after beating Perplexity.
Tilt has had a hard lineup to get here, too. They've played so fucking well, North. Because Bad played out of their mind today, too. Honestly, that was a good fucking series. People in the chat are absolutely loving both of these contenders. They played well.
And Tilt just playing out of his goddamn mind this entire tournament from start to finish. And the Ignite paying dividends in these rogue matchups.
Wait, that was 3-2.
That was 3-2, mate. Yep.
Want to buy redo XD? Unfortunately, Bad will be out here. He says he was bugged with the ambush.
We saw in the versus Perplexity, we saw Frostbite coming pretty big, and during that series, I think that Ignite is the unspoken hero of this build.
I do agree. It is the unsung hero of that Rogue versus Mage matchup. Frostbite having a bit more to do with the matchup against Perp, but Ignite there, pumping out the damage and preventing the stealth there, pretty huge.
Yeah.
Storm is going to be against Babo here. Babo playing very well this tournament so far. Let's see if Storm will be able to take it back.
Good fucking duo, man. I'm still all hyped up. Those are the duels you love, man.
Now
Those are the series you love.
This is the series to watch, ladies and gentlemen. We have StormX and Bob. Now, Bobcat with a lot of practice against Shaman in the past couple days. And StormX, just phenomenal Shaman player. Someone that I look to as a multi-classer. Whether it's Druid or whether it's Shaman, this man is nuts. This is going to be a great series, guaranteed.
Oh,
going for the Yar here, not as dwarf this matchup. We're gonna have Babo against Storm X. I'm looking for Babo to try and unseat Storm X here. Definitely, in my opinion, a favorite, a very, very strong contender. He's got the Orc as well, so he will be resisting those stuns. Might be hard here for Babo to bring it out, but the dual flag is down, and we're about to start.
Let's not forget, between the tournament on Sunday and now, Bobga has not dropped a series against any Shaman.
Blind.
Damn, good fact. Good fun fact, man. Well said. The blind is going to come out. There's one wound poison on them as well as an exposed armor. He is going to try to get some energy back. The sap comes out. He's going to just eat up while his energy is put upwards also.
And we see the poison.
Smolder web eye coming out, but he times it perfectly with the sap.
Gosh.
He doesn't. He manages to time the stealth there well as well, waiting for the tick and then re-stealthing because Smolder webs does not keep you in combat. They're cleansing the stun and coming onto him, but there's so much pressure. NS will come out from the shaman. Will the thorium grenade land? Yes, it does. Looking for the healing wave there on top, but he's still under pressure.
Oh my goodness, Storm is down to about 1/3 HP, but Babo's down to about 1/3 HP too. The blind is going to come out onto Storm, and it is going to be Babka that opens back up onto him. He's going to
Poison
choose the
cleansing
cheap
totem's
shot.
out of range. He caught him out of range of poison cleansing totem.
Babo taking it 1-0
Perfectly timed. Bobka couldn't have played that any better. The immediate second that Storm-X was out of range of his poison cleansing totem, he chooses to reopen and then punishes him for it.
I'm not sure how a player can be that aware of the range on the poison cleansing totem. Bobka playing very, very well here. Will it be well enough to beat Storm-X? It is for the first match. We have a 1-0 lead. Reset.
Resetting this one.
How about that trinket choice from Storm-X here?
Let's see what it is. We've got the giant Shiofari becoming enormous. The smolder webs, pretty huge, but Babo playing well despite it.
Yeah, Storm knows what he needs in order to win this one. They brought the right tools to the battle. Let's see if he can pull it off. The second flag is going to go down as we approach the second match between Babo and Storm-X. Totems are going to be placed. The opener is
no resist coming out from that cheap shot as he looks for the expose into the blind. Totem's gonna be cleansed here as Babo opens strong.
Yeah, the blind is still ticking. They open right back up onto him. The cheap shot comes out after the vanish, and the rogue will keep pummeling them with damage. The Crusader Pride comes out as well, so they have a little bit more DPS.
Just
what?
Finishes him before the nature swiftness can go off. Bobka going super fucking aggressive when he needed to.
How much did he...
NS doesn't even land. We've got a... What?
This is 2-0 Bobka right now. Do we have the official Shaman Slayer?
Damn.
Right here.
1535.
1535.
Coming out from Bobka after a crit for 600 on a melee, sealing the deal there despite the NS. Got the no resist coming out. Storm getting unlucky on these resists.
And crippling poison wasn't even applied. Storm-X had all of the room. He had all of the time. But Bobka said, fuck that. I'm literally just going to crit you for literally half your health right now.
That series of blows was just so great there. The totems come down. Storm-X has his work cut out for him. It's going to be an opener. The cheap shot comes out. There is going to be 3 stacks of wound poison. The exposed armor is going to be on him as well, and the blind will be put down as he kills these totems.
No smolder webs. He doesn't have to play like there's a smolder webs currently there. He does not kill the Grace of Air, which will give him a little more dodge, but he's hitting him from behind, so it doesn't matter. Babo playing well, knowing
he has to manage his time when he can get out of combat. The Grace of Air is a sacrifice that he's making right now. We'll see. Exposed armor's been applied. This is not good for Storm-X right now, but he does in fact get the distance with the Frost Shock. Sprint's been applied. Grenade land.
Grenade lands after a cheap shot resist. The Earthbind is down, meaning that Babo is under fire here. Brought to 50%, more pressure than Storm has done thus far. The kidney will land. It will be cleansed by Storm-X with the trinket. He'll NS. This time he won't lens. He kills the poison cleansing with the blind. He's looking for the reset here. No smolder webs down from Storm-X. Will it be enough? Can he get the damage down here? He's going to look for the cheap shot. No, he looks for the regen additionally with the sap.
Just a clean reset right here. Bobka's playing it perfect. I mean, with the exposed armor, he's got 10 seconds on exposed armor. Sap's got another second. He gets the perfect opener right there.
No resist from the shaman. Will the kidney be resisted? No, it will not be. Babo putting serious damage down. Not looking for the poison cleansing. He's used both blinds, but it will be poison cleansing on the wound potentially. No, he's running out of range of that. No, it cleanses once.
The grenade whiffs from Bobka there.
It does whiff, or it is resisted. I do believe it actually is.
It was a whiff. Big time whiff.
Did he just get the re-stealth? That wasn't a vanish, was it?
No, it wasn't. It was just, I'm not quite sure. I actually didn't catch it there. He does get another expose off onto Storm, and he just wants to lay down the damage here. The mail can be a lot. Lightning Shield re-upped here.
Babka not in good shape right here. This is about as bad as it gets for him right here, and that's most. He does resist the lightning.
Oh!
What is happening?
The couch comes out. He's bandaging up.
It might be enough. He comes out with the Frost Shock. The Frost Shock hits it.
The kidney gets resisted, though, and Stormax claws his way back.
2-1 there for, or sorry, 2-1 here in this duel series.
And I do believe that is the first game that Babka has dropped to a shaman since Sunday's tournament.
Well played.
He might be right there. He did not drop them earlier on. He hasn't dropped them since. Let's see if he'll be put on tilt from this or if he can seal a deal. Only one win needed from Babo to close it out. Storm needs to reverse sweep here with the early 2-0 coming out from Babka. Let's see if he chokes or if we get the Rogue versus Mage in the finals.
Babka knows this match well. He knows exactly what he needs to do. The only thing that's going to really fuck him here is the fact that he is, in fact, playing against an Orc, but he is doing a really good job of managing his cooldowns, and he's also keeping in mind Stormax is an interesting trinket choice here. We'll see what he does here. Stormax set up right now with pretty much exactly what he needs. Goes Ghost Wolf. He wants to deny that sap, and it looks like he gets it off, so the sap won't be an option, but the cheap shot comes out.
Just opening here for big damage with the expose. We'll look for the blind. Does kill the totem.
He gets that blind, and he immediately kills the poison cleansing totem. That's exactly what you need to do. That Earthbind totem might be a problem later on. We'll see what he does about it.
Cheap isn't resisted. Looking for some damage. Great Master, Arena Grandmaster is going to come out as he...
The grenade hits. The chain lightning is going to connect
here. That's
lightning
a
bolt.
lot of damage. Right. He does vanish. Babka looking, and the kidney shot does get resisted there, but he does blind it, so he is actually looking to get a reset here. We might see a sap, and I don't know what the DRs are looking like here.
It's not over yet.
It's off DR, so we will have a full sap here onto Storm X. Great job actually getting that Stone Claw off, but it doesn't mean much when he gets the blind out. He's out of range of the poison cleansing. No, there's no. The poison cleansing is all the way on the other side.
He killed the poison cleansing. Yeah.
No, it's up. It's up. It's up all the way over here.
Oh my lord. Yeah, he is very out of range. Very out of range.
He opens up. Is that going to be another cheap shot as well that was resisted? They put out the kidney afterwards, but it's not going to last very long. Stormax at about half HP, getting lowered pretty quickly.
Resisting the cheap
Earthbind
shot
comes down.
Resisting the cheap shot from there. Will he resist the grenade? Resisting the nade as well.
The struggles are real for Babka right now.
To see it, dude.
And he just
so many resists.
You cannot let. Yeah, that's what I was just saying is that when you're playing against Orc.
Man.
When you're playing against Orc, it is just that frustrating. Especially as a class that is just so revolved around.
This is 2-2.
Stormax.
We have match point here, boys. And this has, in my opinion, been the most back and forth series of the night. Perhaps rivaled by Perplexity's matchup.
Tilton Bad was really good, too.
I think
yeah, we've had some really good matchups tonight.
Stormax here coming from behind there.
Tilton Bad.
Getting a little lucky.
Perhaps I'm biased because both these players have been playing this pretty much perfectly.
Yeah, they've been doing well here.
Will Babka choke and allow the reverse sweep to happen? He's got the pressure. Cheap shot comes down. He's going to look for a little bit of burst before the blind. The exposed there. Blind's coming out, but the poison cleansing's too far away. No, it's not.
Poison cleansing gets knocked down. The blind has a few seconds left here.
Once the exposed armor is on, then the frost shot comes out. He's going to vanish
Babka
afterwards.
actually gets caught out there. He does choose to vanish it.
No, the cheap shot was resisted.
Oh, that's very unfortunate. The grenade lands there.
Resisting stuns himself, getting pressure on here. The kidney doesn't resist, but he's got the cleanse on it. Frost shock will come out as the blind goes down. Poison cleansing will not cleanse it. He's gonna look for the regen here.
And that blind comes out. Notice how he blinds directly next to the poison cleansing totem, so he knows that he can just turn around and knock it down the second that he blinds him on the 1 in 8 chance that he gets the instant tick there.
He is going to eat and drink right now as his opponent is sapped. He's going to resap them and try to get one more tick of food, maybe even 2.
It's going to come down to the resists. Will we see more resist? The cheap shot.
AGM comes out from Storm.
Arena is out.
Kidney shot gets resisted.
Oh my gosh, dude.
From Babo.
Storm shock's been applied, but the grenade comes down and it lands.
The grenade does not resist. The damage is coming down.
But the NS heal doesn't. It lands. Crippling Poison's been applied. Stormax, both very low here.
Hold on to your pants, folks, because this is going to be one hell of a match. Babo is not going to be able to vanish again. He knocks down his totem as he's running towards Storm X. It is going to be a chain lightning, but the gouge comes in.
He could bandage, but he can't bandage.
Oh.
And we see Babo.
Oh, you poor Babo, man. I feel that's the most resist I've ever seen.
Babo getting so unlucky on this.
That is just so heartbreaking to see.
That is Babo played out of his mind. I want to link Babo's chat. Everybody go give him a heart. He'd love to he'd love to see a heart. He'd love a follow. He played so well tonight. And there's going to be Storm's Twitch as well.
And I will say there is absolutely no shame with pushing Storm X to 5 games. Bobka, an incredible showing. Played it damn near perfect. Orc versus Orc. Let's just all raise our heads, pray to God, and thank that we don't have to play against them in Classic. Granted, you're going to play Horde.
Third place matchup here. Unfortunately, it is. Laps allowed. What is the? Have we established the prize pools?
North,
like
we haven't. It was $100, but we haven't determined it yet.
So what do we want? Like 50 and 30 and 20, or do we want? What do we want? 50, 30, 20?
50, 30, 20 sounds good to me.
Or do we want 60? No, we should have third have 20. So 50, 30, 20 makes sense to me. What do you think?
If StormX wins this tournament on Shaman, I'll toss in an extra. How about that?
Extra what? You cut out there?
Put it in an extra 10 if StormX wins the tournament on Shaman. To be dispersed
there you go.
equally between first.
It'll be 60, 30, 20 if Storm can manage the win. Milk's like playing a bit of favorite there. I'm going to target Bad and focus.
It's class nepotism.
All right, I'm going to target Babo and focus Bad. If you can target Bad and focus Babo, please. We have the first opener here onto Bad. The ambush comes out, and it's immediate blind there from... we actually didn't ask them if they wanted to not go Orc, but they're both Orc anyway, so we'll just let the resists dictate the game, of course, because it's World of Warcraft, by the way. Stun comes out, doesn't resist there. A lot of damage coming out on Babo. No lap so far. Babo will be taken down.
Holy shit. That was just so much so quick.
Convincingly, Sam just literally stuck it right between the cheeks.
Lap not on his bars for that, unfortunately. Doesn't come out with it. No pressure down onto Bad because Babo can't actually get out of the stun.
It's going to be round 2. The best of 5, and this is for 3rd place.
$20 on the line. Not the most, but a lot of pride on the line as well. Bad opening now onto Bobka. He gets the sap. He won't have
no Bobka wants this back. Crippling Poison proc early. AGM comes out in addition to Skull of Impending Doom.
Response, vanish into the cheap very quick there. He will get the blind off. He does have his laps up still, Bad. Let's see if he can manage the win here. He will get the sap off for the regen, playing it safe. Let's see if it'll be enough.
Something poetic about just kneeling down and eating directly in front of your opponent into banishing directly behind them.
Opens back up to Babo. The cheap shot's going to come out. No resist so far. They're going to drink that energy potion and keep dumping out that damage onto Babo, and it's going to be round 2 to Bad as well.
2-0. Bobka needs to figure something out here.
Yeah, he needs to come back. He hasn't managed to get Skull. He's actually not rocking Skull against the Rogue. I think that actually can be his downfall there, not rocking the Imp Sprint spec. We'll be rocking the Hammer. It's a bit of a meme, to be honest, compared to what he could be rocking with the daggers on Bad, and he'll suffer for it.
He will. He's going to open up onto Bad here. The second he does, I think it was a resist. That the blind comes out.
Immediate blind there.
He's spamming blind, just making sure that it goes off when it does. Cheap shot will come out the lap in response to the kidney, and he will get him out of stealth with the sapper.
There's so many vanishes that just went down. I think all 4 did.
I cannot keep up with all these cooldowns. The kidney shot does not get
from the kidney though.
Oh my lord.
Babo is going to be able to heal up here, but what can he do with it? He does sap his opponent.
Not quite yet.
There was a lot of vanishes there. I don't think they have any left, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch that. I'm not a 300 IQ rogue player. Couldn't. The lap is out from Bad though. Actually, it might be. He might get the damage down here. Will it be the Evis? No sapper available. He's gonna get the blind off in response though. Cannot do it in the CC chain.
That was so close. If he would have had Sapper, but he used it to get Bad out of stealth at one point during that whole transaction of blows. The sap comes out, and Bad is going to be getting back that desperately needed health, and they're going to open up on Babo. I don't know if Babo has anything left to turn this around, perhaps a gouge or something, but I don't think they have a blind left.
You're going to have to pray to the orc gods themselves right here, but he does get a restart.
Oh, Bad looks like he's AFK.
Do a reopener, but he does hit the rupture as well.
Oh no, I think he DC'd.
I'm confused as to what's happening right now.
I think he DC'd.
Looks like he DC'd.
I don't know what you do here, you know. I think that's just unlucky. An unlucky DC, unfortunately.
Very, very strange disconnect right there.
He's back. The duel's technically still live, but I don't know what to do here.
I would say that we reset. Absolutely.
Reset.
All right, reset Babo. Very honorable.
Both players agreed to a reset there, and I think that's just a respect being shown right now, which you gotta love of all the players in this tournament that I've seen.
I don't know if many would have done it. They gotta respect that. Bad is getting dangerously low.
What an opener!
He says
with
reset
the
again
as well.
Oh, he's calling for the.
Oh, he wanted cooldowns. He wanted cooldowns. He wanted cooldowns.
Oh goodness.
Babka just showing us just how big his dick is in this matchup, saying, "I am not out of this tournament yet. Let me show you just how quick I can penetrate you."
No lap coming out there though from Bad. He will look for some damage here. Let's see if the resist comes off. The resist will not come off. It should be a lap in response to the blind. No skull coming out here from Babo, though. Bad has that skull. He's got that pressure if he can land it successfully, but it's not going to be there for Babo. Bad looking for a full region here. Going to get the sap off and look for a reset.
And he gets just that as he's approaching full resources here and opening back up onto Babo, popping the Blood Fairy, using the Cheap Shot to open up onto Babo here. Babo getting dangerously low. The Rupture comes out. And the blind is going to come out. He's open.
This is a must-win for Babo right here.
This is a must-win for Babo.
Rupture down to prevent the healing down. Smart play from Bad there, preventing the bandage coming out from Babo. He might look for a resap here after this tick. He will do that. He won't do it into a bandage though. He'll just re-stealth and try and get a quick opener off here. Does evasion here. No resist coming out. No lap available for Bad. If the kidney's resisted, he gets some good damage. Might be enough.
The damage is
a lot of damage here, but the bandage comes.
Bad now trying
Kenny landing on Babka as well, but the lap comes out from Bob.
Oh shit!
Will have enough. Saving the bandage right for this moment. DR of sap, I think, is off. Yes, it is. He will get the set here. It's looking like it's in his court. Grand Marshal Trinket is on Bad, though. Could be enough to prevent the damage. He will go for... Oh, he actually gets blinded out by Bad. Bad does not have... He does have the Rupture down, though. It might be enough to stop him. It's certainly going to impede...
The Garou definitely doing some work there.
The Garou was the right call. That changed the flow of this a little bit.
Keeping the pressure up, but Babka relatively healthy right now, but without any cooldowns left.
I don't think the Garou was the right call. I think he should have gone for the cheap shot.
You think that would have maybe let him finish it?
We will see right here. Kidney shot does connect. Babka relatively healthy. Does he have anything left here? He is going to run.
It's Bad using the Skull of Impending Doom, but just in order to get out of range so he can stealth back up.
Rupture's still on Babka. He has to re-stealth here, though. Will he get him out of stealth? They're both jumping. Backpedal coming out there from Bad. Let's see who gets a what. Bad getting the sap on.
Bad gets sapped by Babka, and he takes a seat right in front of him, saying, "I am not out of this."
He's going to get the opener here. If it doesn't resist, it should be a win here. Doesn't resist there. He's going to have the damage. He will close it out. Another lap comes out, it looks like.
That's going to be victory for Babka. He
clawing
wants
his
this.
Saying, "Let me just munch on these mana biscuits real quick."
Bad losing one. Babko takes it back to 2-1 in this third place match. Let's see if he can bring more. It might not be enough, but he's put enough pressure on at least for that re-stealth. He manages to come back. Haven't seen that many resists at all in this duel compared to the last one with Storm X. The Orc Bracial actually doing so much work.
It's just so good.
It's going to be a cheap shot opener onto Babo here. He's just piling his energy onto him. The evasion comes out from Bad. The Skull of Impending Doom does as well, just in case the blind's going to hit. The blind hits, but the Skull of Impending Doom is going to end that quite quickly here as Bad reverses the blind and then bandages up. That's exactly what needed to happen for him to clutch this win.
He's got to lap immediately if it comes out here. Bad has too much health, and he is too low. It might just be an instant loss, but he needs to immediately lap. He doesn't try. He's just going to die in that CC.
That was a good attempt. It is going to be Bad getting third place here, but Babo played very well today and deserves a round of applause.
Hats off to Bobka for that great performance so far. He manages to barely lose to Storm X, perhaps a resist decided duel that will put him in third, but that will put him in third.
You know, you're absolutely right, North. You see him take Storm X to 5 games, and then Rogue versus Rogue, Orc versus Orc. You know, literally anything could happen. I think both players played pretty well. I think you did touch on a good point where we saw Bad, aka Sam, playing the Skull of Impending Doom versus Babo rocking the Bobka rocking the mace. Bit of a meme, but it's carried him pretty well throughout this tournament. I mean, he made it this far.
I don't think it's a meme at all. I think that pressure is great if you can use it well, managing to get out of that blind. So when they went tit for tat there, he manages to cleanse it. So very nice play there from Mr. Bad against Bobka. Bobka choosing to go with the mace. Bit of a meme. He works for him all the way to the end, but it's not quite enough to get him to the final or win third place.
And this is going to be quite an interesting match right here. We have Storm X's Elemental Shaman versus Tilt Mage. Tilt playing out of his god fucking mind. Into Storm X's, I would assume, favorite Elemental Shaman in this matchup. I do expect Storm X to come out on top here.
I wouldn't be surprised if Tilt takes it. I think that the skill matchup at the end of the day,
it really is.
I really think that it's a 50-50, as close as it
A lot
comes.
of people
It's
like to think that Mage versus Ellie is cut and dry, Shaman favored, but it really just comes down to the players if they know how to. But both these players at a very high level.
I'm not sure. I think we might have to remove Tilt from the group. He's getting the totems of.
Oh,
I'm not sure if that'll persist. I don't think it will persist, but I want to make sure that it doesn't.
Sounds good.
Bearing in mind, pre-grounding is banned here, so Storm X is going to eat a polymorph pretty much right off the bat.
Doesn't get the grounding off there though until not using the CS. So big pressure onto Tilt here.
Yeah, no CS used there is very, very good for Tilt. Storm X a lot of work ahead of him here in this matchup. He's got at least 2 purges plus this damage that's about to come.
Full Pyroblast. It is going to hit.
Oof.
The grounding totem comes down, but just too late. He's going to get rid of it, put down the Frost Nova, and land a grenade. They're just pumping down the fire damage, but the Aeroshock is going to come out, interrupting them. The Tidal Charm will connect with Storm X and the Kona Cold afterwards, as both players are healing up with the Furball Pouch. The Ignite is going to be slowly ticking away at Storm's precious resources as he Nature Swifts and heals himself up.
Storm X playing a little bit on the back foot here. Grenade does whiff. Lightning Bolt comes out. Into an immediate
fake
cast.
cast.
Just trying to get some pressure out. Either Tilt faked the fuck out of that, or Storm X was literally just trying to get as much damage in as he could.
Low mana on Tilt. He will look for the Evo here. I hope he does look for the Evo. Big pressure because of the mana pool down. He doesn't have anything up. He's not chugging the noggins. He might start doing that. I'm not quite sure. He's not chugging the noggins. He will go for some buffs, though. Frostbolt will come down. Grounding is up. It'll land from the Scorch. Lightning Bolt coming out. He lands that Nova, and he looks for some burst damage onto him. Searing Totem will come down. He'll block here to prevent the Chain Lightning.
We don't see a grounding totem quite yet from Storm X here.
The Earthbind is still out. He's waiting for a crucial moment.
And he just goes for the Chain Lightning, says, respect the fucking elements.
Bob,
he goes for the Purge, and he hits the Chain Lightning, knowing the CS was down. The damage was just enough.
Not sure where the CS was there. I don't know if it was resisted. I didn't see it in the last 30 seconds. I might have missed it.
I think it was a little bit of mind games going on there because Storm X was holding his grounding totem. And instead of going and dropping the grounding totem, he just went for the Chain Lightning.
Yeah, mind
after
game
coming out of
grounding,
coming out of a Frost Nova in a very bad position, he goes
actually, the grounding is down over here. So I think it was down during that time. It might have gotten absorbed by the grounding. I'm not quite sure, but it was down before the duel ended, and it was down over towards the trees. So it was down before the end of the
Perhaps
duel.
he was in range. Maybe he was playing max range on it. I personally couldn't see it from my point of view. But we're going into game 2 now.
We can check the replay for that later. He still does have the grounding. Wait, no pre-ground. Okay, wait for.
Thank you,
Just
Babka.
wait for the cooldown here.
Thanks
on
for
the
those,
grounding.
mate.
Gonna wait a few seconds before he accepts the duel. Does toss down his totems, and let's see what StormX has for round 2. Up 1 on Tilt. Let's see if Tilt can bring it back.
They are putting the purges down onto the mage. The ice barrier is going to be taken down quite quickly. The polymorph will land. There will be no earth shock. They're just taking down those totems with the rank 1 frost bolts, creating the distance here, repolymorphing and restarting the fight effectively, using the mind quickening gem to get faster casts and putting the full pyroblast down onto the shaman here. The grounding totem comes out, but it is going. It won't even be able to. The arcane missiles won't even be able to clear the totem. They are going to have to use the rank 1 frost bolt. Is there going to be a tidal charm onto Storm?
Tidal into the
Tidal
impact.
charm into an impact stun, but he does get the NS heal.
Still pressured down onto him. No CS thus far, or no, CS was used earlier. A lot of pressure going on.
Does get counterspelled on nature. This is very bad for StormX right now. He has almost no options. The grenade lands, but he blinks immediately into a cone of cold. StormX has nothing. He does get a lesser healing wave off of 1%.
Oh!
The Searing Totem causing a little bit of pushback, but it just expired.
He ice blocks it, but he's so low on resources, boys. And the polymorph is going to get interrupted. He pumps out a fire blast, but Storm's in a very comfortable position, and it seemed as though Tilt had such a dominating role in this duel. But Storm X is turning it around. The chain lightning is going to connect here, but not doing very much damage.
And just a little bit left, a little bit of damage left for Storm X to do, and he goes. And that's 2-0 Storm X.
Earthshock on the poly. They're huge at the end, almost getting the reset. Tilt dead?
Tilt dead. He might have. How does he get back?
Did a GM just kill him?
I would love to see Storm X just toss him a res right now.
I don't know. His body's gone. Dot summon. I'll summon Tilt. Oh, there we go.
Weird there from Tilt. A weird bug here on this server. Tilt coming out.
While we got some time here, boys, let's talk about how much Tilt needs. Going in down 2 games right now. Elemental Shaman looking like they could just fucking take it.
Yeah, definitely a lot of pressure here onto Tilt. He
as a mage player, North, I'm actually curious as to what your exact thoughts are on how Tilt needs to win this matchup, playing the spec that he's.
Tilt choked there. Tilt choked. He had the wrong spell going out onto Storm. If he hadn't have scorched and then canceled it and instead used a full arcane missiles into him, he would have won the duel. Right there, it would have had enough pushback on lesser healing wave to clutch it out.
Maybe a little bit of choke there coming from Tilt.
Crude Warrior, thank you. I'm pausing my mic here. Crude Warrior, thank you very much for those biddies, mate. Thank you. I appreciate it. You spoiled Jeffy. You do indeed, and I thank you for it. So without further ado, I'm going to get back in the call.
Started, purges come out, and we see the polymorph on StormX. And we see the rank 1 frostballs coming in on every single totem, making it very, very difficult for StormX moving forward here.
Tilt fat fingering the Burgle medicine pouch means that this might be over before it starts. Full pyro coming out, but he's got nothing. Hopefully he switched out at least for a better option.
It's Eden!
Comes the pyro blast into a tidal charm, but he blinks the fucking chain lightning.
Resist onto the nade by Storm X, getting those lucky resist X coming in for the win here in this final match. Chain lightning won't be outranged as Tilt is brought dangerously low. No verbal message pouch. The block comes out for the nade as lightning bolt spam comes from Storm X.
He's looking for rank 1s right now.
Ice block down.
There's the ice block has been broken. He's looking for a max rank right here.
Silenced. Tilt on the back foot right now. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this or not. They're going to go ahead and just polymorph and use their wand to take down those totems as they reset this fight. The ice barrier comes out, the fire ward afterwards, and they're going to just go ahead and resheep and either get mana or health back, depending on if they want to use bandage, evocation, or both.
And Tilt has got exactly what he needs here. He's got a full reset. The amount of time that it's going to take StormX now, it just comes down to what he does with it. Stormax basically just setting up all his totems again. Grounding totem, way in the back, rank 1 Frostbolt. He gets Earthshocked.
It does get Earthshock. He can't get it out, but he does manage to get the CS afterwards. Wants another reset here, but Stormax has the pressure. Bandage will come out, but Stormax is going to get out of this polymorph sooner rather than later. Get the grounding down.
DRs are not until it's fake.
We'll just look for a reset fully himself. Will sit on the double grounding against Tilt without extra ice blocks. Stormax hasn't used much. They'll probably swap trinkets here. Let's see what
I don't think I've seen, and Stormax still has Nature's Swiftness here, and I think he might also have, if he's running it PvP train. I doubt he's running it here.
Bear of Peasant's Collar swapped onto with a Nelth's here. He's got the toe-up in the Arena Grandmaster Tilt here. Maybe not the best call against a Shaman with the Purge. I think that can be purged. Earthshock will be dodged by Tilt.
That fake cast was so good, man. That was so good.
He needed that. He needed that so badly here because he is down 0-2 right. And now Tilt has all the control.
The full Pyroblast comes down onto Storm. Now, will it crit? It's not going to crit. The grounding totem comes out afterwards, and it was going to be Arcane Missiles eating that up. The Servants are going to be called, but the Frost Nova is going to slow them down. The Cone of Cold will connect with Storm, and the grenade will be resisted or missed. The Purge comes down as soon as he tries the Ice Barrier, so he's not going to be able to do that. They are going to Cold Snap, Frost Nova, Cone of Cold, and just try to put that damage down. They're going to Ice Block the Chain Lightning.
The Impact, the Scorch, will it be enough? The Earthshock comes out in response.
Can we see a counter spell here, and we do, Stormax!
Can he win? The Scorch comes out. Will it crit Scorch? Scorch again. The Blink will come down.
He blinks in. Will he have the damage? But he doesn't.
The Frost Shock crits for 1309.
Oh, that was
Stormax
so
takes
good.
a 3-0.
That was so good.
Everyone coming into Sapper on top. Stormax taking the whole thing there against Bad. Not against Bad, against Tilt. Very, very unfortunate on that Frost Shock crit. If his ability had crit, he would have ended it because it got out right before the other. It was enough there. Storm taking it 3-0, but not without contention from Tilt.
What a game. What a tournament. These on-the-fly tournaments, I swear, North Milksteak, we have had some more impressive, like series of matches than I feel like in some of our previous tournaments, and this one was just on the fly, and there's been so many back and forths. I feel we've seen more back and forths today and close duels than we have in some of our previous tournaments.
And you got